Hello, everyone. And even though there's nobody here, one might have just popped in. But I'll give my
Well, we'll
introduction.
just have a chat amongst ourselves.
We've got two in now. Well, welcome, Delboy, as always. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's great to have you. And every week we're here, rain or shine or
Well,
whatever.
you know me, I'm cheap.
Yeah, it don't cost much. Yeah. But we're always here. So let's get on with it then. So I always ask this question. I always say, what have you been watching, and what have you received? Because you receive not as much nowadays, but you do receive things. So
Yeah, there's been a couple of things.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of things. There's going to be a lot more because apparently this week is a shocking amount coming out in the States, and I think it's the same over here. But
right.
But yeah, one of these days I'll shock the nation and turn around and say, "Yeah, I watched 50 films this week." And you're going to be, "What? Jesus Christ! What? Am I going to have time to say about my 5? You know, for Tony York corner." You know what I mean? But no, I mean, obviously it's along the same vein. But I have to take so many days off in a year, right? And it goes March to March, so I've got next week off because otherwise I lose them. So I might be watching and doing some stuff next week. I'm definitely going to get some video stuff done. I've already got one of them selected in what's arrived this week, but I'll talk about what I've watched film wise that don't necessarily I've had to put a disc in to see. Although a couple of these I did. One of the films I watched because I just wanted to, and that was Twins. I fancied watching Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. I wanted to be cheered up. So I decided I'd put something on that I thought was quite funny and a sort of like a unique sort of like film back in the day. And I had a great time watching it again. You know, there's all the digs at Sylvester Stallone with the walking past of the poster of Rambo and and him going like this with his arms and going, bollocks, all of this stuff, And of course, Danny DeVito's a great watch, and I'm looking forward to later on they're releasing Throw Mama from the Train on 4K. So there was a reason for it. Then we move up a notch in the comedy, and I watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which I've always had a great fun watching Steve Martin and Martin.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I know it's a remake. It's just it is a modernization, and it worked very well. Going down a notch in comedy, and they're not all comedies. I will say this is the last one. I watched My Stepmother is an Alien just because, right? I wanted to watch something with a bit of a sci-fi element to it. It was nice to see Dan Aykroyd in a film. It's nice to see, Kim Basinger drinking battery acid and all sorts of stuff in it. An absolute nonsense of a film. It's nice that there's a little homage to Jimmy Durante that people don't talk about too much in that, because that was Dan Aykroyd's favorite comedian in the film, and he did a skit about Jimmy Durante sitting at the piano. Doing his little skits, and I've probably alienated a lot of people because people probably don't even know Jimmy Durante is, but he was very big during the black and white era, around the time of Laurel and Hardy. Do you know Jimmy Durante, Ian?
Jimmy Durante?
Had a big nose.
Markham and Wise always did the thing with the
he was very very big during sort of Laurel and Hardy's sort of time. But he was a musical comedian. Then I saw a Kirsten Dunst film I hadn't seen for a while, and it's a very strange film. It's Marie Antoinette. It's it's about the French.
Before the French Revolution.
A modern take. It's like if you watch it with drugs, I think you'll get to understand it. You know what I mean? Because it's like a weird thing going on. Everybody's half naked, having baths with petals in, going out on
because
picnics.
they all stink.
You know what I mean? It's like all ball gowns and all this sort of stuff going on, and you know, blokes going off with blokes and all of that sort of stuff. But you know, it's about 2 hours 10 minutes long, and it was a distraction. And I wanted something historical to watch because I've been watching a lot of historical films just recently. And I'd watched a lot of the Tudor stuff. I've watched a lot of the Stuarts and so forth. So I wanted to watch a bit of French. You know. So that. Oh, and I finished watching Lord of the Flies. So I watched all 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I know that I gave you the last 2.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll let you if you have seen them.
I'll tell you my opinion.
The one thing I will say about it is it's a different ending than I thought, and I think it knocks the myth. I think it fully knocked the myth that the book seemed to imply that if you put people in a situation like those lads are, then people will do evil things. When actually, that's not quite true. I think that when people are stuck in a situation like they were, people will rally together and try and survive. So I think it does dispel the myth a little bit. I do know that the book did a lot of research, and that's why he touched upon the tones that he did.
Yeah.
But it is a very negative film, the initial one. Yeah. And this has a lot of negativity in that. You know, there's people calling themselves piggy and battles for who's going to rule the roost and all of this sort of stuff. But, well, I'll let you talk about it because you're bound sure to talk about those elements, I would say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I watched the end of that. So that was a good couple of hours, if you see what I mean. So, I think I've turned my background off now. Yeah, I have. So the couple of things that turned up that I'm going to be looking at shortly. One I will do a write-up on, but it won't be this one. This one, I've got to watch the first one first. This one's called Sisu Road to Revenge.
I've never seen those films. They're quite popular.
And I haven't seen Sisu yet. So I'm not quite sure what to expect of that one.
I think they're action films, aren't they? They're quite violent action.
It's got a nice cover, that one, but the one I'm looking forward to watching and one I'm going to do a write-up on is this one, which you have seen, Ian. All the President's Men.
Oh, yeah. Quite a long time ago, but yes, I like that one, yeah.
Now,
I bet you some people think it's slow. I bet they do.
Well, I was going to say this. I, for the biggest long time, was scared to watch that film because I wouldn't understand it.
Yeah.
When it was on telly and it was on late at night and my mum and dad were up and they were going to watch it, I went, I don't understand all of this sort of stuff. Since then, I've watched films like Nixon and I know a little bit about the Watergate scandal and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
it's less antagonistical for me to watch it, if you see what I mean. For me to understand it more. Now, I did watch it about 5 or so years ago, and there were still things in it that I was going, blow me away. Now you've gone and spoken to this bloke who said this, who said that, and I have no idea now. But I think, like anything, like JFK is another film that if you watch it multiple times, the blanks get filled by the bits that you didn't understand. You listen out for them because you watch it again, and the bits that you understood you could just go past, and then you can concentrate on the bits that you didn't, and then the story makes sense. And that's bound sure to happen about this, because if anybody doesn't know, these are 2 journalists sort of thrown in to this big thing, this big breaking news.
Obviously 70s, I remember it really well. I remember it was a massive, I'm talking real massive news story. And when he did that broadcast I think they virtually showed it live.
Yeah.
You know, because we're that close, and you know the fact that he had to admit everything, you know, what he'd lied and what have you. But he was known as Tricky Dicky.
Oh
He
yeah,
had a history of it.
and
You know?
and Anthony Hopkins actually did pretty good job actually of playing
Yeah,
Nixon.
yeah, yeah.
If people didn't know, he did do an autobiographical thing, and then of course we've had the Frost versus Nixon film.
That's right.
Which is a great film to watch.
Yeah.
The thing that I remember mostly about this film is that there's one journalist that's sort of like a hack, and there's another one that sort of like seems to be the more mainstream and well respected, and these two are pulled together, and that's because one of the leads comes in from one of the others, and that means that they have to work together really, because it wouldn't work without
and
that.
Of course we've got the thing, because I love the X-Files. Well, where does Deep Throat come from? Of course it comes back to this era.
Exactly. Yeah. What a nice thing, actually. Yeah. Bring in inspiration from other sources like the X-Files. What a wonderful thing to do there.
Yeah.
Like I say, I wouldn't have thought about that. Yeah.
It just shows you that influence that these events had. The writers and people.
And that's because the writers were around at that time, and therefore it's a highly political thing that you can bring in without being too political. If you see what I'm trying to say there.
I mean, Deep Throat is the main first season Contact, but they get rid of Deep Throat, of course. But it's a reference to Watergate, really. Is that? Yeah.
Now, I haven't gotten around to watching a Robert Duvall film yet, but it was with sad news that Robert Duvall. I mean, I heard about that Monday, and I nearly
I saw that. Yeah, I just thought of The Godfather, because I love Godfather, particularly the first one.
Well, I don't know if it was. I can't remember if I was going to be watching. Was it Armageddon or Deep Impact he was in? I think it's Armageddon.
Yes. Yeah, he's in.
I thought Bound Shore, ITV3 or something is Bound Shore to show now Armageddon or something again, because, you know, he's died or something. Right? Yeah. So I thought that's Bound Shore to happen. And I dare say it still probably could, because it's still early.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long before we start getting stuff on the TV that says, oh, because this person's died, we're now going to show this, and it's a week later or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much is me, and I just want to say, you know, you will see me disappear very shortly, because my mother went to bed very late last night, and I told her that ain't happening today. So it's stuff going at 8:30 and then coming back about 9:10. I'll probably go in about 5 minutes and be back for 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's all right, no problem.
But because I've got my bit out the way, but I'll listen to you for a little bit. I won't say. I'll just say thanks very much for all the support. By the way, my mum had a wonderful birthday, and there's been lots of happy birthday to my mum. Not too many questions or anything at the moment. All they say is, oh, I hope your mum had a great birthday, and that's all that anybody's put at the moment. But it was a weird weekend, and thank you very much for all the people that wished my mum a happy birthday. We don't know how many more there's going to be of them, do we? We count now everyone as if it's like the Queen, is having a celebration.
Why not? You should do. Yeah, you should do.
So if I do disappear and I don't talk, you know that I've gone, but I'm going to be listening very closely to what Tony York Corner's like this week.
Yeah, listen, it's not all Tony York Corner.
Is it bollocks? We know full well that he's got to get his bloody advert. He's got to get his advert in somewhere.
I'm going to talk about one of my favourite topics as well, which is Hammer films, but that's coming.
Oh, soon. Smashing! That's great.
I'm
shutting up.
The first film we'll talk about, is what you sent me. Let's get on to that. Yeah, Lord of the Flies, absolutely wonderful. I honestly, I recommend it to anybody. I think you did say it was going to get a physical release, didn't you?
I've heard, but I don't know.
Yeah. If I hope it does get a physical release. It's on BBC co-production, so I think there's a good chance.
It's had
Yeah.
such a fantastic.
I think they should release it. Yeah,
it was on Radio 5's Must Watch this week.
Yeah,
it's had so much money thrown at it.
Yeah,
I would have thought that
what
it would
I'd like to do is
impossible that it's not.
Is actually praise the cast. The cast are excellent. They really are. The whole cast is fantastic, and I think the one that played perhaps an interesting part is Jack. Because Jack is really portrayed as the baddie, isn't he? He's the baddie. Yeah. He's but in this, you kind of understand him a bit more. You get an understanding of him, and I think that's really good. He's not as bad as in this portrayed as we might have seen him before.
It's almost. I don't want to spoil the story, but it's almost like after they killed the pig. There's a scene killing the pig.
Yeah.
Things settled down between Piggy and
and
it's a matter of survival, really.
Yeah, there's almost a matter of respect between them.
I'd say that's the word, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think just to say that episode 3 really is the crucial episode. Really, it's where it takes a very dark turn, and it's brilliantly done. But I won't give away too much more, in just in case anybody hasn't ever seen it. But it is a great production, and it makes you think the BBC. This is where they should be doing. Get more partnerships with other companies, because that's the way forward, and produce great series. There's loads.
Yeah, if they did more than that, we wouldn't be having so much debacle over so much stuff.
Yeah, it proves, and it's had so much praise. I was looking at the reviews. I've not seen anything negative about this, so that is a good sign.
The only negatives I've heard are I've read the book, I saw the black and white film back in my past. I've got no intentions of watching that again. It gave me nightmares, or it's a very negative. It's a very negative view on life. So why do I want to put myself through that again? And I don't think you should look at stuff like that, because we've moved on in years, and yet I haven't seen that much behavioural changes in people for me not to say that it's not relevant anymore.
I mean, there's still evil in the world. It's there. Yeah. It's around us all. You know, we can't escape from it. So the first film, as you call it, the Tony York collection.
Yeah, let's have Tony York corner. Yay, Tony York corner.
This one.
Tony York corner.
This is brilliant. This is right up my street. This is Absolution from 1978. It's directed by Anthony Page. It's probably his most notable film is The Lady Vanishes 1979 version. But this has got Richard Burton in it, and this is Richard Burton in his sort of later years when he was doing. He could just choose films to make money, basically, and he chose a good one with this one. This one is a good one. Some of them have not quite as got a good reputation, but this one's got.
Yeah, this will be what, 2 years after War of the Worlds, and probably a year into his real bad drinking, I would have said.
Yeah, this is say 1978. This, I mean, you look at his career, Richard Burton, and you think he could have done even more. He did some great films, absolutely great films. You know, Cleopatra is perhaps with Elizabeth Taylor his most famous epic film because of controversy around it. But for me, as a child, seeing him in Where Eagles Dare, just thought, oh, he's fantastic in Where Eagles Dare with Clint Eastwood. Just absolutely great film. Because my dad, as I said, always took us to war films. And that's one that we saw when it came out. He loved it. And of course, is in a favourite film of yours, which is Anna of the Thousand Days.
I heard him say one of my I've watched that just recently.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, it's in that. Let's see, Equus, absolutely brilliant, controversial film. Medusa Touch, absolutely love that. And then there's the Wild Geese and 1984, his last film that he's in before he died. I think it's a really good version. Anybody who hasn't seen 1984, gonna say it's got John Hurt in it. John Hurt, you can't go wrong. But it's such a. I've read the book. I've read it a few times actually, and I think it's a really good interpretation of the book. Anyhow, this film has also got Dominic Gard, who was in The Go-Between. And Go Between is one of my all-time favorite films. Absolutely love that. And also Picnic at Hanging Rock and Gandhi is in those. And I think an interesting casting choice in this is Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly appears in this film. Not in it for a great deal, but he's there, and he's quite pivotal to the film, even in his short appearance. So what happens? It is a priest in this school for sort of, what I call them posh schools, boarding schools, and he has a confession, and it's well. Let me just say, he talks. Somebody asked him a question before, says about confessions. If somebody confesses things that are really bad and evil, should you go to the police? And he says, well, that is confidential. What is said in confession, and that is, he can't just go to the police with these things. So how it starts is that there's this prank that these people, these kids do, and one of them is his favorite. He does have one that he also hates, that he picks on a lot, who's this disabled kind of kid he doesn't see him as popular. But anyhow, this favorite of his plays a sort of nasty trick on him. He say in a confession, he says that there's a body. You go and see it. It's been buried, and that he's killed him. This person, this lad. So he goes, and there's nobody there. There's no body, and he says, it's just a prank and just a practical joke. But then things change, and he goes back and he digs it up and finds a body, because there has been a murder, which is, of course, Billy Connolly. I know I shouldn't give that away, but it is Billy Connolly, his character, and Billy Connolly's character also was. This lad was very friendly with Billy Connolly, and he went to visit him quite a few times, and got really quite close to him, in terms of friendship. And he found out about it, did the priest, Richard Burton's character, and put a stop to it. Says, no, you must for that. And he sent the police in, and we get an appearance by Brian Glover as a policeman. Yes, Brian Glover. You can't beat a bit of Brian Glover, who's beating up this Billy Connolly's character. And anyhow, he really is murdered, and we discover who committed the murder, and we get into all that as it all unfolds, and it's brilliant. And the ending is bleak. The ending, Richard Burton's character, how he sort of copes with all this, is really fascinating as a priest. It's a great performance. I mean, Richard Burton, he just plays these characters, and this is one he probably did for the money, but he was lucky. He got a good script and did it, and I loved it. I love these kind of, it's a sort of religious stuff, but then it's mixed with sort of a thriller and murder thrillers and church and all about faith and all that stuff. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it. So next one is Red Son. Now, this is another interesting film. Now, I suppose it's a spaghetti western with a samurai. Yes, that's a very good, yeah, a spaghetti western with a samurai. And I love that concept already. And it's directed by Terence Young. Now, Terence Young directed 3 Bond films. He did Dr. No, 1962, From Russia with Love, 1963, Thunderball, 1965. He also did a film which I really think is brilliant called The Klansman, 1974. He also did The Jigsaw Man, 1983. Jigsaw Man's a good film because it's got Michael Caine in. It's one of these sort of Cold War kind of thrillers, and Susan George in that one. So he's a director of that. So you've got Charles Bronson in here. I mean, who doesn't love Charles Bronson? I mean, he's just in some great films, you know. And it's interesting because he's in Magnificent Seven, and the Japanese actor happened to be in the samurai films, which of course the Magnificent Seven was based on. So there's that sort of link. But Charles Bronson is brilliant. And we've got Ursula Andress. What can you say about Ursula Andress? She looks good, whatever she does. Again, with her career isn't as long as I thought it would be. She's obviously Dr. No was when she came into being, 1962. Totally unforgettable. She's perhaps one of the best Bond women we've ever had, with Honor Blackman, in my opinion, and Dinah Rigg. I have to get Dinah Rigg in. But yeah, Ursula Andress, fantastic. I love her. She's really good. And of course, those She films. You remember the She films? They used to be on telly. She's in the first She film, 1965. And of course, a film that I talked about not that long ago, which I watched. She was in Perfect Friday with Stanley Baker. She was brilliant. She was so funny and brilliant in that film. I absolutely loved her. So, Ursula Andress, you can't go wrong. Anyhow, this Japanese actor is, now I'll try and get this right, Toshiro Mifune. I think it might be something like that. Mifune. Now, he's in Samurai, the first one, 1954. Samurai 2, 1955. And Samurai 3, 1956. And then another film, Yojimbo, 1961. Now, I know Jamie's talked about these films as well. He's in that. He's in the Samurai Saga, 1959. They all got a theme here, haven't they? Samurai Assassin, 1965. Samurai Rebellion, 1967. And then he's in a film, I think this must be a Second World War film, possibly. Admiral Yamato, 1968. And then another war film, I think, Battle of the Japanese Sea, 1969. I think they all must be Second World War films. Of course, Midway. Oh, Midway, a great war film, is in that one. It's in another one, Shogun Samurai, 1978. And he was in the Spielberg flop, 1941. Yeah, the flop of Spielberg. Shogun, 1980. Princess from the Moon, 1987. Shadow of the Wolf, 1992. And then his last film was Deep River, 1985. He's absolutely wonderful in this. But I'll just mention another character, a couple that pop up. One that I'm always talking about. I can do it. It's my Alain Delon. He's a baddie. He's in this one, and he's great because, this French actor, he's been in some great films. He was in The Leopard, of course. Ooh, The Leopard, what a film that is, 1963. He was in now Le Samurai, 1967. Lapisky, 1969. And now he's in this gangster film, which absolutely is brilliant, which is Le Cercle Rouge, 1970. God, I totally recommend that gangster film. That is absolutely brilliant. And then another film, which is mentioned a lot, does pop up a lot, which is Monsieur Klein, which is excellent. And so they're just a few films I put out. And then there's somebody. I've not really heard that. Well, she's called just one word. Capucin. It's pronounced Capucin. That's it. That's what she's known as Capucin. And she was in the Pink Panther 1963. And What's New, Pussycat, 1965. And that's it. She pops up in this film. So what is this? As I say, it's just like a spaghetti western with this samurai theme. And it's set in sort of 1870. And this gang, they rob this train because on board it, there's this Japanese ambassador, and he's got this like ceremonial sword which he's taking as a gift to the president of the United States, and it's a gold one. It's going to be worth an absolute fortune. So they jump on board, and Bronson is there, and all the people involved in the gang going through this. But then Alain Delon's character, he rips them off. He takes the sword and escapes and goes off. So then the samurai then is, that's what I'll call him, the samurai is saying, well, I'm not going to be ripped off. Definitely not going to be ripped off. So, you're not going to be ripped off. That's it. He's after revenge. And it's great. It just plays out so well. Absolutely love this one. And Bronson, you can't go wrong with Bronson. Bronson's seems to be enjoying all this. You can see he's absolutely enjoying this film. And it's good to see. I like these sort of idea of the samurai film coming out like this in a spaghetti western, basically. And there's some great scenes, and it looks good as well. Absolutely looks brilliant. I think I think like most of them filmed in Spain. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. And then the subject I always like to talk about is loved them since I was a child. They always they're almost like a comfort to me, these films, the Hammer films, the Hammer Gothic films, and not all Gothic ones as well. I like some of the other ones as well. But this one, I just picked this up. I just fancied watching it because it's where it all began, which is The Curse of Frankenstein. Now, I know there has been a good release of this, which I didn't get. I perhaps might have got it, but at the moment I didn't have the money for it. But I'm very happy. This release is really, really good. It's a 3-disc set. It's got a Blu-ray, DVD, and it's got a disc absolutely cram-packed with extras. And plus it's got this film on it as well, which they released, which what's it called? Oh, I can't think what it's called. I can't read this very well. I don't know, put my glasses on. Yeah, Frankenstein. That's it. 4-sided triangle. They've released that as a smaller release, haven't they? 4-sided triangle. Oh, that's on here. Yeah. But this is a great film. It's an important film as well. This is important. Because it's the first Hammer film in terms of Gothic Hammer, and it's made in colour. The colour aspect. Horror in colour. This is what Hammer have brought, and it sets off that whole cycle. And they're doing the Universal films their own way and bringing their own thing. And as I say, the monster is played by Christopher Lee as well. And Christopher Lee, well, this is his start of his career. He doesn't say much in this, but he looks great. Actually, the criticisms, they couldn't obviously do the Karloff look because they'd have got into a lot of trouble with Universal. But this is just amazing. That what they do is the makeup. I think what they do their own great job. They're absolutely wonderful. It's directed by Terence Fisher. Terence Fisher is an underrated director, but he's probably not if you know him. I mean, Terence Fisher ought to be talked about all the time. All that good work he did for Hammer. He directed all the sort of major Hammer films. Dracula, 1958. The Revenge of Frankenstein, 1958. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Absolute Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh, an absolute classic. Because he did The Mummy, 1959. Terence Fisher. He did Curse of the Werewolf, 1961. Phantom of the Opera, 1962. The Gorgon, which was brilliant as well. And then he did, when they revamped Dracula, he did Dracula Prince of Darkness, 1966, which was great. He did Frankenstein Created Woman, which is a wonderful one. I love that. And then, of course, the classic, which some people might say is the best non-Gothic Hammer film, which is The Devil Rides Out, 1968. I did Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, 1969. And the underrated Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell, I think that's 74. Frankenstein from the Monster of Hell gets a lot of bad things because it's right at the end and the monster doesn't look that good, but it's quite enjoyable in a very funny way, I think. I enjoyed that Frankenstein. It's quite bad, but Peter Cushing, no matter what script or whatever, he does his best, and that elevates him as an actor. He's so good that he can produce anything in terms of acting. And there's a brilliant interview with his widow on here. Not his widow, sorry, with his private secretary, because his wife died, I think it was early 70s, and he was absolutely devastated. It was still throughout his career after that, very much still about his wife. But his private secretary gives a real insight into him and what he did with these roles. The way he just had such. He would, the way he just used props and how he was. And she said he was such a lovely man. He was so lovely, and as particularly after he'd lost his wife, she was there to help him and do the best she could for him. And she said he was great. He did a lot of painting apparently, and still worked. Because he did all sorts. He carried on working and working. But yeah, what can I say about this? It's got also Hazel Court. Hazel Court is in one of my favorite all-time films, which of course is Mask of the Red Death, 1964, the Vincent Price one. And she was in the other ones like The Raven, and The Man Who Could Cheat Death, 1959. So Hazel Court is like the first Hammer girl, and all straight away she's got what Hammer loved, which is rather busty women, and she sets off that trend. She's really good in this. Excellent. The story is good. And if you're a fan of 8 Hot Mom, you see a performance by Melvin Hayes in there as a young Frankenstein, and he's interviewed on here. That he's Gunnar Bowman? He's the sort of very theatrical one in 8 Hot Mom. He's in this one, and he talks about it. I think he's ever so pleased that he's in this film. Really. But this is a great film. If you're going to start with Hammer, this is the place to start, because this is where it all started. And it still stands up. There's some great scenes, the photography in it. And it's like when the monster, is comes to life, there's no music. All you get is the sounds of the tank emptying and all these sort of noises around and him coming. Wow. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. And the scene when Peter Cushing, Frankenstein, comes in and he rips off the mask at the top. Christopher Lee as the monster. It's absolutely fantastic. Christopher Lee's great. He was chosen because he said he was big. They wanted somebody big, and they chose him. And of course, he doesn't say much in this. And of course, when he got the Dracula role, at first he didn't say much as Dracula. He kind of wanted to speak in the end, but because he became so well known, and he was great as Dracula. There's no doubt about it. But this is a film I've just got so many fond memories of Hammer. As a child, just watching Hammer. It'd be sort of 1972, Appointment with Fear. I know they repeated Appointment with Fear again, I think in the 1980s, but there was one in the 70s, and my mum says, "Oh, you can stay." She'd let me stay up and watch all these Hammer films, and Universal. They showed Universal as well, but the Hammer ones I just absolutely loved. There was something about them. It's the color as well. I think the contrast with Universal, and of course they just developed into such a wonderful series. And the Frankenstein monster, all the films show different aspects. I mean, it's like the Frankenstein's a bit of a sod, isn't it? He's a bit of a womanizer. Yeah, he's a womanizer. He's there with the maid, getting his way with the maid. And then, of course, his cousin comes, Elizabeth, who he has to marry. He's promised to marry. So he discards the maid, and she's saying, "You promised to marry me." And he's a right one. He really is. But I like that. And we see all these aspects of the genius of Peter Cushing. We see him as he develops the character in different aspects, Dr. Frankenstein, which I absolutely think is fantastic. So if you want an introduction to Hammer, this is where you start. And I know they have released this now in this luxury edition they have done. And I think you probably can get a standard edition of it. But it's such a great film. It's where it all started. We love it. And finally, now, the next film, the last film, is called The Pride and the Passion. Now, what interested me, this was a first-time watch as well. What interested me is that I love history, and one thing I don't get enough of is the Napoleonic Wars. I love that sort of period in history, Napoleonic, and we need more. I want more like War and Peace and all that kind of stuff, because that's the set background of Napoleonic Wars, which I absolutely adored. That novel and the TV BBC series with Anthony Hopkins. I love that. Anyhow, this Napoleon Wars is set in 1810. Now, in 1810, Napoleon was involved in what they call the Peninsular War, when he was heading down into Spain, trying to get all of Spain. And this film is about what the Spanish resistance. Now, this is directed by Stanley Kramer. Well, I had a look at his films, and the film that immediately struck me was he directed On the Beach, 1959, which is one of the great films about the effects of nuclear war. Absolutely recommend that film. I know I would say Threads is a great example of about what happens with nuclear war. But this is from 1959. It's set in Australia. They've only got so long before the radiation will affect Australia. It is a great film. It truly is a great film. He also directed, which we've brought up recently, Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961, which is another classic. It's brilliant, and it's a mad world, 1963, which at the time I know was quite a big film. I remember later on, probably about 1965, it was one of the early films that I saw at the cinema after Zulu. But I absolutely love that. And also, he directed Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, 1967, which is another brilliant film. So, The Pride and the Passion also has Cary Grant. So I'm thinking to myself, this is a great cast. Cary Grant, what can you say about him? I'd say his perhaps best films: Notorious, 1946, Catch a Killer, 1955, North by Northwest, which I know Delboy absolutely thinks is fantastic, and I do. I agree. I think it's one of Hitchcock's greatest films. Charade, 1963, Father Goose, 1964, and his last film. I didn't realize that he died quite, in the 60s, I think. Walk, Don't Run, 1966 was his last film. And then I say Frank Sinatra. Now, Frank Sinatra did this film, I found out, because he was hoping to win back his wife, Ava Gardner, who was in Europe doing her film, and which did involve some Spain. So he took this role and thought, right, I'll do this role, and then hopefully we can get back together. But it never happened, and he quickly wanted all his scenes done, which they did for him, and then he could get back out and leave Spain. I'll tell you something. His accent is terrible. His accent really is bad. And then we've got Sophia Loren, and Sophia Loren saves the film, just probably. Sophia Loren, she's great actress. I always talked about Two Women, 1960, which her performance, I don't think people talk about enough. I always say that people don't talk about it enough, but I absolutely love Two Women. That film, 1960. And of course, she's in the epics El Cid, of course, 61. She was in Cassandra Crossing, 1976. And I didn't realize she was in Grumpier Old Men, 1995, which I think it's a pretty good film as well. But without her in this film would just fall apart. It's clear it's a bad film. It just doesn't work. The saving grace for me is because I thought, well, Napoleonic period, we want some more good, proper films on Napoleon on it, and the battles are good. All the military stuff is great. That is brilliant. But they've got this canon, right? This canon that the French get rid of. They think we can't count this about. So they throw it down into this big sort of hole. And then the Spanish resistance, if you want to call them that, the people who are fighting the French, say, hey, I know what we'll do is we'll take that big cannon and drag it up, get loads of people to do it like you do, and we'll drag it across Spain. It seems like a really daft idea, really. If they're supposedly like guerrilla tactics, they're going to be rather open to the French. But this is from a novel fiction, so yeah, okay, we'll do that. So there they are going across all this territory with this massive gun, and it looks rather funny. It makes me laugh, smile that they're doing this, but it's enjoyable rubbish. It is because you can tell. Not as I say, Sinatra and Cary Grant, they're not really that interested. But Cary Grant, he apparently got it on with Sophia Loren. They fell in love, but like Cary Grant does, I think she knew exactly what he was like, and it didn't go beyond that. It didn't go beyond into any relationship afterwards. But they were really, I think, on the set. I think in many ways that his performance is just, you always expect more from Cary Grant, I think, in the role, and in this one, he's just going through it. He's this naval officer, apparently British, have sent him to get this big gun, and that's it. It's a story that's just rather disappointing, which I think is a shame, really, because I'd like to see more films of this about. I mean, it is the fact that we don't get many about Napoleon in Spain. I can't possibly the Spanish. I don't know enough Spanish films, but the Spanish films might have covered it because they do tend to cover lots of things, so they might have done it. But this one, so it was filmed in Spain as well, which is interesting because that was in the Franco era when a lot of people, a lot of industries were kind of boycotting Spain, but they went there anyhow. And I think that's that. If I look from a positive viewpoint, it is that it does look good, and the battle scenes and everything about that is fantastic. But ultimately, it's a letdown, and I think people are agreed on that. And Frank Sinatra is just so miscast. It's incredible. His bad accent, and he's just not convincing at all, and he just feels like he's not interested in doing the film. He's pretending. Yeah. Well, okay, acting is pretending, but this is just, it's so obvious he's just not into this film. And Cary Grant, and thank heavens for Sophia Loren. She's the only one, and she always looks gorgeous. Even when she's in muck and mud and stuff, she still looks good. The makeup department must be doing all sorts to her hair and everything. She always looks fantastic, but that is quite amusing. I got a smile at myself at that. She gets mucky, but they soon clean her up and everything. But yeah, that it's worth watching, but ultimately it's just a disappointment. And I think most people now watching that would agree. When you've got a cast like that, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be great, but it wasn't. No, very disappointing, but that's how it goes. Some films are. Expect more. I'd just like to see a more good films about sort of Napoleonic period, not just concentrated on Napoleon, which we've had looks at that, and we've had Waterloo, of course, which was excellent film, 1970. But I'd like to see more about Napoleon's conquests in other places. So, like War and Peace, we get the example of it in Russia, which is always good to look at. But I'd like to see more about, because he did conquer quite a few areas, Napoleon, and the Spanish resistance would have been interesting because we were trying to get them going. That bit's right about the Spanish resistance. Absolutely loved it. So that film, not so good, but I love the history. When we get talking about history, love my history. Talk about history all day, but I'm sure not everybody's quite as interested. Right, so let's go through the comments. And we've got Si saying, evening, guys and gals. Good evening, Si. And then Tony says, good evening, Ian, Dell, and chat. And then Si says, Jimmy Durante was my granddad's favorite. Yeah, he must have been going back quite a way. Sorry, somebody's at the door. Just hold on.
Are you both okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Good.
There. It's all right. Hello, you can guess what that was. It was my son's takeaway. Yes, he hasn't been getting them all the time. I had one of those disruptions for a while, but anyway, there we are. So we've got now Rocket Bunny. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is well. And then hi, Rocket Bunny. And Tony says hi, Sign Rocket. Hi, Tony, Si says. And then Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Good evening, Chaz and Dave. All right. Yeah. Wow. Chaz and Dave could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Who knows? Chaz and Dave were good at what they did. Yeah. Evening, Tony, Si and Bunny. Jamie says. And then Si says, hi, Muckman. And then Tony says, hi, Jamie. And Rocket Bunny, hey, Muckman. And then we've got Tony saying, both Susies look crazy. Yeah, they do. They look. I've never seen them, but they do look crazy. Yeah. James says, a couple of sad losses in the film world this week. Yeah, Robert Duvall, yeah. And Tom Noonan, yeah. I knew you'd say Manhunter, yeah. Manhunter, I love the 80s version. I think he is brilliant in that. And I think it's better than the Anthony Hopkins version that they did. Did they call it something? They changed the title, didn't they? I think they called it something else. But it's roughly the same story. But I think that 80s version is brilliant. Absolutely love that version. Robert Duvall, yeah, it's so good. I always think of Godfather, but I'm sure there's a lot more of films that he's in. Yeah, I've just seen the Apocalypse Now. He's very good in that. Though I'm not as. I think I've probably talked about it before. I think Apocalypse Now is really overrated. You know, I much prefer Deer Hunter any day of week. Apocalypse Now goes on far too long, and that French bit when it suddenly goes into this French bit, that needs to be cut right from the whole thing. There's some great stuff in Apocalypse Now, but it's too long, and I never understand that French bit, why they had to go into that. But you know, it's just opinions. I know a lot of people do like Apocalypse Now. Right. I mean, I've got it in my collection. There is stuff I do like in it, but you know, compared with Deer Hunter is just, I love the Deer Hunter. And then Si says, it's really good, Tony. I highly recommend them. Question: favorite Robert Duvall film that isn't Apocalypse Now? I think I say it's the Godfather. I mean, I think he's so good. What's good about his role is he's the legal one, isn't he? Does all the legal stuff, and it's like he's the one that's not getting his hands dirty, but he's trying to save them all, and he does it so well. absolutely brilliant in the back there. And it, it's an interesting, it always raises that question with me about lawyers, who they'll work for. They'll work for a lot of people. I mean, did they ever draw a line? Did they ever draw a line, lawyers, about who they'll defend? I think that there must be a line drawn somewhere, but I wonder sometimes. But when you're in that, I'm trying to think of other films, and I can't immediately think of any. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. Yes, I'm cheating. I just like to. I'd just be interested to see what other films he was in. So I'm just doing this, so I can't get shouted at by you know who. But it's just interesting to see what he was in. Robert Duvall movies. Oh right, okay. What have we got here? We've got here. Shall I see this? God, there's loads of them. Absolutely loads. Oh right. I'm sorry. I didn't realise he was apparently in To Kill a Mockingbird. She's one of my favourite films. I can't remember that one. What he's in there in To Kill a Mockingbird, but yeah, he's in To Kill a Mockingbird. Bullet, Steve McQueen film. True Grit, John Wayne, isn't it? During the John Wayne one. See, MASH. MASH is in the MASH film. Lawman. Oh, there's the Godfather. It's down there. I've got Godfather. Yeah. Joe Kid, 1972. That looks like Clint Eastwood there. Is that? Don't know. I've not heard of that one. The Conversation. Oh yes, that one. That one always is brought up because of Gene Hackman, isn't it? The Conversation. Oh, and Godfather Part 2, of course, is in that. Yeah. Then Breakout. As we've got a Bronson mention here. There it is, old Bronson. Breakout. The Greatest. I know who likes that film. Delboy thinks Greatest is. I know it's one of his favourite films. I didn't realise it was in The Greatest. And it's in one of my all-time favourite films, and a lot of people's. He's in the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978. I've forgotten that. Is he the priest that we see on the swing? I think it is, isn't it? I think he's on the swing that we see. Yeah. The Natural. I've not seen that, but that's one that's Robert Redford, isn't it? Has talked about. Colors. That's a good one. He's in Colors. Absolutely, that's brilliant. The Handmaid's Tale film I've not seen, but I think it's supposed to be quite good. So one called Plague. I'm not on that. Stalin. Oh, he's in the Stalin film. Oh, and then the film I've just seen next to it, which I think people really well, everybody talks about it because of Michael Douglas, which is in Falling Down. Falling Down. He's in another Geronimo film, 1993. There's loads of Geronimo films. What else have we got here? Phenomenon. Oh, the what's his name? John Travolta film. Yeah, he's in that one. The Gingerbread Man. I've not heard of that one. The Apostle. That one. Oh, Deep Impact. Yeah, I've heard of that. Oh, Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas Cage, isn't it? Oh, another Arnie film, Sixth Day. I forgotten who was in that Arnie film. Let's see, Open Range. That looks like a Western. I don't know that one. Some of these I don't know. I'm just going through. Jack Reacher. It's in the Jack Reacher film. The Judge. It's 2014. Wild Horses, 2000. So he's in more recent years. He's been in quite a few things. So they're just some of the films that he's been in. There's quite a lot there mentioned, and he was in his 90s, wasn't he? So he's had quite a long life, which is great, and he's got a good selection of films. A great loss. And then Si says Tony Newman was horrifyingly awesome in Manhunt. He was. He really makes it. And I say, that for me is above the film that they did with the Anthony Hopkins films. I think Manhunter is just great. It's so 80s, isn't it? Oh, it's so 80s. The music and everything. Oh yeah, that the music, of course, is that. There's the scene where it's playing. Who's it by? I can hear it in my head, and it's a great song. It's played all the way through. It's absolutely wonderful. That music that is played, especially in the scenes where he's slashing away and Vito something. In vitro. And I know I've got it on certain compilation albums. It pops up. Yeah, it's a great one. That music just, and he's a great villain. It's fantastic. Richard Nixon appears almost saint-like in comparison to the current incumbent of the office. Yes. What can I say? He's even in the Epstein files. That's no surprise, is it? Yeah. God knows what he's been up to, or been covered up for what he's been doing. Tom Noonan was a great and unappreciated actor. Yeah. That sounds like he was. Yeah. Just scrolling down my YouTube suggestions on this page. One is 70s Grange Hill scenes you couldn't broadcast today. I gotta watch that. Yeah. I bet there's quite a few. Definitely. Anything in 70s, I think, and probably 80s, you wouldn't. Some of the things you just wouldn't. Falling Down is a great Robert Duvall performance. Yeah, Falling Down. Yeah. It is. Tony Hawk's. Cheers, Del, for the shout out. Oh, that's the usual Tony Hawk corner. Yeah. I bought a film called True Confession starring Robert Duvall and Robert De Niro. Anyone seen it? Is it? I think you should watch it. Yeah, give it a watch. Try it. Yeah. I mean, the cat Robert Duvall and Robert De Niro. It depends when with De Niro. It kind of depends when it was made, but I'd still give it a watch. Definitely. Don't think I've seen Falling Down since I owned it on VHS. Oh, that must be a few years ago now. Oh, crikey. Also, always smells napalm when I think of Duvall. So in Second and Lions quite recently with Michael Caine. Oh, I've not heard of that one. That sounds good. And then Muckman. Tom Noonan was a great baddie in Last Action Era too. Was he? He was the Last Action Era baddie. Oh, wow. That's a good trail, isn't it, Arnie? Brilliant. Oh, and also in RoboCop too. So he has been about a bit then, hasn't he? In these sort of roles, villains. And then what movies I enjoyed? Absolution. Burton was great. Love that ending. I know the ending is just. I think it's fantastic ending, and I think that the Burton, we were lucky. He just got a great script, and he could do it so well. Imagine he must have been pleased that he could actually got a script that he could do and could get into his, into it. But as I say, he was accepting anything. His drinking, I think, was beginning to get starting to take off a bit, and he needed to fund it. But Absolution, the issues, everything in it is just right up my street. I love that kind of stuff, and it's that religious stuff and the thriller aspect to it. Absolutely wonderful. And then Rocket Bonnet, Ian, I'm catching up lots of your Who and X-Files reviews at the moment. I have to apologise for not commenting on all of them, as I tend to watch them on my TV upstairs while decorating. That's okay. Thank you. Yeah, at least somebody's watching my X-Files reviews, because I don't get as many reviews on that. And Doctor Who, well, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I mean, I get such, well, I get both series as Doctor Who and X-Files. They're just real pet loves. I have to do them. I love them both. And going through the Hartnell ones has been absolutely wonderful. I absolutely enjoyed it, And yeah, we're going to get some episodes that are not as good, but overall, I really enjoyed it because of his performances. I didn't realize how good Hartnell is. You really get to realize why he did so well at the time. Why, just absolutely wonderful. And then Sai says, I watched a thriller called Silent Partner this week. It stars Elliot Gould, Christopher Plummer, and Susanna York. Great cast. It was so. Has anyone else seen it? I'm sorry, I've not seen that. So it was so. Yeah, this does happen. You can get, a great cast, because that is a good cast. That's a really good cast. And yeah. Tony York says, you only pick Red Sun to watch here because you're enjoying saying Allons Delon. Yes, I am. Yeah, I do. I love saying that. Yeah. But I just thought it was a great combination. I mean, what a lot of great actors. Absolutely wonderful in it. I couldn't help myself, really. I just had to pick that film to enjoy. And when I saw the cast, I thought, well, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Absolutely loved it. And welcome back. And 2 fingers up as usual. I don't think we've got any questions that I could ask you. Maybe.
And there's never any questions for me. Bastards. Bastards, a lot of them.
I'll ask you, what are your favourite Robert Duvall films?
Oh yeah, you're going to put me on the spot, aren't you? I mean, I just told you about it. Was he in Armageddon or Deep Impact?
It's all right. I cheated when I got the question. I got my. I just looked them up and went through some of the films.
He was the cop, wasn't he? For following Michael Douglas around in Falling Down, wasn't he?
Yep. Yeah, that's one. I think that one's a great. It's a great.
That's
film.
Probably one of them.
Yeah.
He's been quite a few, but that's a standout performance.
Oh, it's outstanding. Yeah.
In his early career, was he in a gangster? Godfather.
He's in the Godfather 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I can't think of many more.
Yeah. No, actually,
I just want to do one. I just want to do one thing while it's in my mind. Bob Arts just said he's off. He's got to go and he's going to watch it upstairs. I just want to let you know that he's put out a community question. Right now, you can go and look at his channel or answer it there. But his community question is: top 5 films where there is a bridge or you cross over a bridge.
Oh. Interesting. There's loads of.
That'll give you something to think about, won't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Hey? He's a great bloke, is wee Bob Bart. You know, I'm glad he's
Yeah.
gone because now I can say nice things about him. Otherwise, I'd say some right horrible, nasty, bloody shit about. I know some secrets of his. I could let everybody know. No, I'm only joking. But I tell you what, it's a Leeds summer day out there at the moment. In other words, it's pissing down with rain.
Yeah.
So I got wet. I got wet.
Different, isn't it, for this year? It seems to be rain every day.
Normal day for Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it feels like it everywhere. It's just rain. Right. And then
if anybody can think of some crossing over bridges or films with a bridge in. I mentioned Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom's got that rope bridge in it.
Yeah, and the obvious bridge over the River Kwai.
Yeah, I mentioned that one as well.
It's an obvious one, isn't it?
Songs, you've got Bridge Over Troubled Waters, haven't you? And you got
yeah,
goes on and on.
So Jamie says Red Sun is great. Can't beat a bit of Toshiro Mifune. No, it's
they're all. I heard you earlier on. They're all saying this, and they try and catch you out with bloody words to bloody say, aren't they? In foreign.
Yeah, well, that's my Japanese stuff. And then, well, Ian has just murdered the pronunciation. There we are of Toshiro.
Yeah, there you go.
Mifune. Well, I'd love to know the pronunciation, but there we are. I've murdered it.
be all right if both of them could spell it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I just put it down to the fact that nobody spelt it right yet.
Yeah. And then here's Tony, and he's right, of course, is I'm waiting for my Delon. Yeah, well, I did it. Alain Delon. Yeah. And then Jamie's laughing, and they're going, yay, yes. And then Tony says, seriously, though, I think Delon must be one of the best French actors of the 20th century. I think you're right. I mean, I look at all the stuff he's in. Blimey heck. And it is. I have to agree with you. Yeah. Have you seen much of Alain Delon?
Probably back in the day, because my dad would have been watching sort of like those sort of things, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, a lot of French films, obviously, but he's also done stuff, obviously, gone into Hollywood type stuff as well. But yeah, he's well thought of. And then
I watched a lot of. I don't know whether Delon was in any of them, but I watched a lot of Truffaut films.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Now, the reason that I watched a number of those is because of the, Georges Delerue did a lot of music compositions for Truffaut.
Yeah.
And of course, he had a 50-year relationship with that director.
Yeah.
So of course, I mean, there's a heck of a lot, but I don't know if any Delon films were done with.
I think one that people talk about a lot is Mr. Klein, because that's the one where he's selling all the stuff from the Jewish concentration camps. These stuff, valuable stuff, jewelry and all that kind of stuff, and it's really good, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And then Rocket Bunny, Peter Cushing will always be my favorite Ian pronunciation. But it is a good one, but I didn't say Cushing this time.
Yes.
But why not? Yeah.
I must admit, sometimes I've gone, but Peter Cushing, right? Yeah.
Oh dear.
But I've had to sort of like clear my ears out a little bit.
And look, I'm getting in trouble again. I'm always in trouble. Jamie, Ian, I'm going mad. Oh, didn't you mention Toshino Mifune again? Everyone starring in Seven Samurai. I'm sure I did mention Samurai in my notes. It's there. I mean, how could I not mention Seven Samurai? Because You talk about it a lot. But I did. I'm sure I did. If I didn't, well, I will. It's an omission because it's in my notes, definitely. And then Tony says, it always relaxes me when I hear Peter Cushing. Oh, relaxes. Oh, dear. The jokes, yes.
Yeah.
It makes you comfortable. Yeah.
It's good. It's a
yeah.
good. It's a good job. Whoopi Goldberg weren't married to him, and then, wouldn't it? There'd be Whoopi Cushion, wouldn't it?
Oh dear.
Hey, well, it would with the way you pronounce it.
Yes, that's not a bad one actually. That's not bad. It says I've heard of Capuchin. Yeah, think I may have one or two titles with her in. Really? Oh, I'm waiting for coffee joke, but we didn't quite get to Capuchin coffee. But yeah, I've never heard of her. Totally never heard of her. And
nobody wants to mocker you. Mocker.
Yeah. Well, coffee. Yeah. Well, the coffee.
Yeah, all right. So look, you can call me up tomorrow. I'm still here.
Yeah. And then we've got Back in My Yard. This channel was recommended to me, so I'm watching for the first time. Well, welcome. First time here. Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's pretty nice of you. Nice to see you back in my yard. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to look the back of my yard. Bloody hell.
It's like sitting on a literal cushion. Oh, right. Thank you. And James says, good evening, Yardy. And then Rocket Bunny says, he's our cuddly hammer horror star, Peter Cushing. Yes. I like it. I like it. Welcome back in my yard, Rocket Bunny says. Hi, back yard. And then back in the yard saying hi, everyone. And then Si says, did anyone see the new trailer for The Mummy that dropped this afternoon? It actually looks decent, in my opinion. Oh, well, that's good.
I have to turn around and say I've not been watching trailers.
Yeah. Because I bet the expectations have been quite low on this. So possibly. That will be interesting. I hope it is good. Wouldn't it be good if all these dooming people have been wrong? I hope it is good. I really do. I hope it is. Because they're waiting to just do. You're wrong here. Anyhow, I watched Friday the 13th part 3 Friday. My God, what a load of rubbish. No story. Most of kills off screen. I was bored. Well, I loved it. I watched it. And Friday the 13th is important, the part 3. Not only does look silly, I must admit, with the 3D things, but it's Shelley and the mask. It's where he gets his mask. And Shelley, God, that Shelley, he's an annoying sod, isn't he? He's annoying, that Shelley. So you can't wait to get rid of him. I loved it. I think it's just good fun. I think absolutely wonderful. But there you are, you were bored. It takes off.
I must admit, when because it was the day before my mum's birthday, I wondered how many Friday 13th people would be watching films on that day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I thought there might be a lot on YouTube saying, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm watching Friday the 13th marathon or something. Crying out loud.
But it's one I watch all the time over the year.
It was that one in 3D then, was it? That one?
Yeah. Have you got? Did you see it in 3D?
Yeah, I would have done. Yeah. I've got the steel book, that had a lot of Friday the 13th in. I think it was
every time they're just pointing at the camera, aren't they? Every so often. But if I get rid of the stuff, I still think it's a good film. As I say, it's the iconic mask is introduced in that film. So because before he has this like sack over his or pillar or something, pillowcase just over his head with an hole in. So I love that one.
When he took that sack off, it looked just like McMahon movies.
Yeah. And also, that's the one where I like the bloke who's in the shop. He's got an awful wife who's doing the washing with all these curlers in. But he's in the shop and he's eating bits of the stock or drinking bits and then putting it back on the shelf. And then he eats some goldfish stuff. And he's silly. You're thinking, God, he's going to get it soon. And he does. Right. Now, we've got here Tony saying, Mifune is a good historical film based on fact, Ian. The Bushido blade tells of the first voyage of the American Commodore Perry Richard Boone to Japan. Oh, yeah, and the opening of the country, because it is a big thing. I keep forgetting that decision was made in the, I think, is it around about 1870s, 1880s even? It could just be a bit earlier, that Japan is going to open up to the West, because before it was isolationist, it wasn't interested in opening up, but it did. And that's where all this story begins, the rise of the Red Sun. It all begins, and ultimately we know where it ends. But it's the rise of Japan as it opens up to the West, which is interesting because you've got the traditions and of Japan, and they're wanting to modernize as well. So you've got a conflict even within Japan itself about what direction they should go, and of course it all leads to empire building. That's where it all ends up. Second World War. But they joined the First World War right near the end and try and grab a bit of extra land and control over China, of course. So it's all going on. Then we've got Sai saying, Muckman, it was basically made for 3D, so lots of pointing to the camera. Yeah, that's how it is. I noticed that side. Pointless is the perfect adjective.
And again, House of Wax has got the most awful version of that. And there's a bloke with a paddle and a ball going.
Yeah.
Going, roll up. Right, bloody ball going into your face every.
Yeah, I know it was a gimmick for a time. It didn't take off. It's interesting why 3D has never really taken off. Even when they've tried to do it with 3D televisions, they stopped doing that, didn't they? I don't know. People just don't seem to want 3D.
I don't know. I loved 3D when it was around.
Yeah, but that's what it seems to be. Nobody wants to buy a 3D television.
I don't think it was about. I don't think it was about that. When people's televisions break and and the majority of the TVs out there have got a 3D capability, and people buy a TV with 3D in it, right? And then when 4K was coming out and 3D hadn't got to the point where you could make 3D work with that higher resolution and all of that sort of stuff.
Yes.
You know, what happened was there was such a dip that by the time that they could turn around and say, "Hey, look, we can do this now," people are going, "Well, yeah, but we don't want it anymore."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 3D was one of those things where it caught on really, really well, but it lost its traction.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think you'll see another resurgence. Not for a long time. Not for a long. I mean, when you think about it, came and went in the sort of like 50s. It then had a resurgence in the early 2000s, and that's like a good 40 years.
Yeah.
Probably going to be another 40 years before you see another, and by then we'll be doing holograms.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 3D probably is like that now. I still watch my 3D films with my VR headset.
Yes.
Really
I've heard people say that. Yeah. Yes.
the thing about that is that VR again has got a bad reputation for two reasons. One, you have to have a sort of like a social media account and they steal all your data and all of that. Second is people feel sick sometimes when they're wearing it. And that's because your perspective line, the line of where the where the horizon is shifts around too much, and it makes your brain go, oh, I don't know where I'm at, and I feel sick and all this sort of stuff. But it only happens to a certain amount of people. I get it on occasion, but I get it when I'm playing something really, really fast, like some super speedy racing game, right? Where I'm going uphill or something, and then suddenly I'm going downhill. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, now, bloody hell. And even I start feeling. But you got to remember, you don't have to play those types of games. You can play something that's quite immersive that basically is just like it encompasses the whole of your eyesight. Just going,
whoa.
But I do watch films, and I tell you what, the surround sound is brilliant because it's right by your ears. The speakers are right here. With the mask on in front of you like this, so it's really quite good. But again, I understand people going, nah, it's not for me. I want something covering my eyes. A lot of people were just all five of us in the family have got to watch a film with glasses on. There's all that sort of problem. So I think though that watch along films on YouTube will really, really take off when VR takes off, because I could invite you onto my sofa and we could watch a film together. It'd be like that. Right? You could visit my home virtually. And we could sit down on a sofa and we could we could be watching a 3D film together. And talking about it, and you can invite everyone that you want that's got a VR headset to watch it with you.
Everybody.
There'll be none of that watching three people have a camera in their face and talking about, oh my God, somebody's just got stabbed. And you're going, well, I can't show it because YouTube will ban me.
Actually, that's
crap.
That's so true. And also, I think that, and I know not everybody would agree with me, but I find those watch-alongs a bit boring.
Wow.
Because you can't see unless you're watching the film yourself. If you're just watching them, it's pointless.
Oh yeah, and if you're watching the film, yourself,
then it's all right,
can you?
Yeah.
Unless you got two monitors or you got a TV that's there and all that.
It depends what the film is. Sometimes if I'm so involved in a film, I don't want anybody talking. You might miss some.
I enjoyed my time doing those watch-alongs.
Yeah,
I'll tell you the reason.
I don't miss anything sometimes, and you might do.
I'll tell you the reason why. Because I was watching films I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, well,
it was nice, and it was nice to go, oh wow, did that really happen? And then I could discuss it, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just kept thinking to myself all the time that I was there. I was thinking this. I was thinking, how boring must this be for people that are watching us? Right?
I agree.
Because there's all that countdown, and we have to watch it all at the same time. You count down 3, 2, 1.
And isn't there a difference in speed between the Blu-ray and the DVDs? They used to say as well.
I tried to fix that problem for my friends at the time by giving them a digital copy so that we all played it at the same speed. Yeah, there is that. Somebody's got the wrong version or the American one, the PAL one, and all that.
So right. Part 6, Jason Lives, is my favorite Friday the 13th. I'll be honest, I like them all up to 8. All the Paramount ones, even the bad ones, even that last one about Jason Takes Manhattan.
I like one and two.
Yeah, but I think they're all enjoyable. I do realize, but I like it on the boat, even though the boat has got nothing to do with the title.
Just something that happened at the end.
It all went wrong with filming and finance and all sorts. But I think that On the Boat is really quite good. But I think after 9 and 10 are awful. Absolutely awful. But they're a different lot, aren't they, who released it? Somebody else, but 9 and 10 are just.
Well, there's Freddy versus Jason, isn't there? And that's pretty.
Yeah, that's okay. That was cashing in, I suppose.
Cashing in.
Open from because of Freddy fans and what have you. Seemed a good idea. Let's see. I've not been that impressed with the first 3 Friday films, so God help me for the rest. Yeah, if you're not into it, I get it. You're just not into them. You're not going to enjoy them. You know.
I thought the first 2 were all right.
Yeah.
I must admit, the third one with the 3D, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and
but that was at a time where I was going to the pictures in the 80s, so.
And I don't mind the stuff where Corey Feldman joins. I think it's okay. It goes in a different direction, maybe a little bit, but there's the one I don't like is when it's not Jason. I think is that number 5 where it's somebody else. It's not actually Jason. Is it the nurse or somebody? It's not really a big spoiler. It's the emergency nurse who's doing it, and I didn't like that idea. It just didn't work for me.
If you haven't seen it in 35 years, I don't see how that's a spoiler.
And as I say, number 9, I don't think works, and the space one definitely doesn't work. It's just awful. Here we are. James said, "Good win for Newcastle tonight."
Oh,
sorry.
well done, well done.
Yeah.
My team Coventry won on Monday. So.
He says, "Oh yeah, brilliant."
My mum and I were watching the Coventry game on Monday.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed it.
Even my team won against Birmingham, so there we are. I know, and especially as he played a weakened team, I don't think.
Yeah, hang on a minute. You're leading us on, aren't you? Get it? Yeah. Leading us on. Hey, please.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, shut up.
And then Sire says 6-1, of course.
Wow.
And we have got Frank Holder saying, "Hello, lovely people. Hey, Reek, grand lad. Thank you for joining us." And then we've got Si saying, "Hi, Frank." And then Tony says, "Just watched a 50s noir directed by Terence Fisher," what I was going on about. "The Last Man to Hang." Sounds good. He was such a great director. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, all right. Look, we've had this Terence Fisher and Bloody DeLon and all this sort of stuff, right? All right. Any more brown nosing? You can do it. You can do it outside of this bloody window. God's sake.
Well, we haven't mentioned. Well, I nearly let the cat out of bag, but there's somebody else who hasn't been mentioned yet. Thank God. But we will get it. I know we will. And then,
what do you mean? You will get it.
And then we've got Tony saying, "Hi, Frank." Anyhow, actually, before I go on, I do this every week. But in case anybody's in here who's here for the first time and hasn't subscribed to Delboy's channel, then please subscribe to Delboy. He's got a great channel. And honestly, please go over. I've put the link in the description. Just click that, go over, and it's a wonderful channel. I say it every week. He does this wonderful blog, and it's a Watts and all blog. It's about his life, ups and downs, and it's really honest, and that's what I like. It's not glossed over, and I think that is what's important. But he does do other things. He's a gamer, so he does gaming stuff. And he did mention to me earlier he might be doing some stuff.
Yes.
Because he's on holidays.
I'm on holiday next week.
So we may get some more content other than the blog. So that's something to look forward to. So please subscribe to his channel. It's there in the link. So thank you.
Wow, that's really nice. Look at this. Look, man's just said, "I've just unsubscribed." Yeah, you and about everybody else.
He always says that every week, that joke. Yeah.
Yeah, then he subscribes, then he unsubscribes, then he subscribes. I don't. I stay with Jamie because he's got a great channel. I don't need to unsubscribe. Subscribe.
He's got a great channel, even if
he's got a great channel, right? But me, I have to hold on to what I got. I
Yeah.
tell you, right?
Oh,
It's been
dear.
a hard thing to do. I tell you.
And then we've got Frank Older saying, "I've had the buy of the year on Monday." Oh, so
Wow.
this Gunsmoke complete box set, 143 discs, sealed as new. How much? It retails for £154. I got it in a closing down sale for £25.
Oh, that has got to be a bargain.
What
But
a bargain!
I have to turn around and say though, why is it that people take great delight in telling me things that really piss me off?
Oh,
Why didn't we get the message that said, by the way, they've got 3 boxes here, right? And they're 25 quid and they used to be 154 quid. Get your ass over here again. No, they always tell you after the fact they bought the last one off the shelf, or
I know you're
yeah,
going to blame us.
there was free in there was free in stock, but now there's none, or something.
Well, Jim Jam. Hello, Jim Jam.
Yeah, Jim Jam. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah. Oh, I've just got this bargain, look, and unfortunately, I got the last one, but here it is. Look, I bought this for 99 pence, look, and it costs £100 retail. Yeah, thanks.
No, that is a absolute great bargain. Absolutely. What can I say? Especially when you said it's sealed. Crikey. And then James says, "Howdy, Frank." And then Joe says, "Wow, bargain. I thought I did well in Nottingham CX on Sunday morning." I hope. And then McMahon, I've just looked up that Duvall and De Niro film, True Confessions. It's almost called. It looks interesting. All right. I've just one series of Gunsmoke, Frank. I think it was the longest running series. Tony says, "Yeah, wow, yeah." And I said, "Yeah," and then
I mean, just think if you were to sort of like show one episode a week, right, on a one of these rewind type channels or something, right? Just think that's how many years worth of
years. It's years.
Right, even if you showed it 2 or 3 times during the week.
I bet these channels would love to buy something like that and have the rights to show them, because they could just keep the channel going on something like that. Yeah. It'd be great. I got an out-of-print Japanese Yakuza film called Youth of the Beast for £8. It's selling for about 45 quid on eBay. Also got a Radiance box set for £20, but sells for 45. Well, you're not doing too bad either, are you? You're doing well.
No, I do love good. I do love good good news stories. I mean, we need some good news, don't we?
It is. Well, it's good because people sometimes depress you on YouTube, or they try to do. They say, there's nothing in charity shops anymore. You can't get any more bargains anymore.
I told him before we came on tonight. I was saying I've been watching on YouTube stuff from my youth, like free gifts in UK comics. Just to cheer me up, because
you need cheering up with things.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I've been watching on YouTube. I should have told you this before. I've been watching things about toys. I love things, when people going to toy fairs and looking at all the old vintage toys. There's these vintage shops which specialize. There's one in Leicester, which I keep thinking, I wish I could get over there to go and have a look. And they have all, but you need money. Could you imagine? You do need money. You need to go in, because I'd be going, oh, I want that. And they're just great shops. And I love watching their videos. Even if you can't get them yourself, it's memories. it brings back all these memories of things that you had, like corgi cars, all the different corgi cars I had.
Yeah,
which I
nothing
did
nothing
collect.
brings back more memories than me opening my on Christmas Day just something that my gran would have bought me, like a UK annual.
That's right,
Right?
annuals. Yeah.
And I'd sit quietly in the afternoon reading through it,
Yeah,
you know.
of course. Yeah.
And it didn't matter whether it was a reprint of something I've already read or whatever it was. It was like, oh, look at that painted art cover on the front. And look,
fantastic.
yeah. Then
Oh,
I'd get to the bit that there was they always did this in annuals. There's the novel, right? You know, the story that's just got one picture at the top and then it's all text, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want the cartoon, right? I want the artwork, right? And I'll be reading the comic strip, and then it'll be another novel. I'll read that another time, right?
It depends what it is, but some
Doctor Who was full of that. I can tell you that now.
Some of the Patrick Troughton annuals are going for massive prices.
Yeah, I bet.
You look at Patrick Troughton annuals; they're hundreds. A lot of money. If you have the money.
Do you think he was good at fishing, Patrick?
Oh, Trout. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I was just asking.
I don't know. Oh dear. You think Tom Baker was good at baking?
Well, yeah. There is that. Or Colin.
Yeah. Were they good at baking?
I wonder if Peter had a daughter or a Davidson.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Anyway, get on.
Yeah, get on. Ian, if you enjoy Napoleonic settings, have you seen the Sharp TV series?
Yes.
Also the Hornblower series. Yeah, I have seen some of them. But
well, the Hornblower series has been on TV just recently.
Yeah, I like those.
Sharp has been on as well.
Yeah, Sharp.
I think it's on ITV4.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like Sharp. Yeah, definitely. All right, here we are again. It says, question, favourite film, starring Tom Newman. I'll go with Michael Mann's Heat. Oh, he's in Heat, is he? Oh, well, you can't go wrong with that. And, I say mine would be Manhunter, because I absolutely adore Manhunter.
I don't know enough. Tom
Falling Down. I mean, that's been mentioned. And
I have seen Heat. I have seen Heat.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know enough about Tom.
Yeah, Heat is a great film.
I have seen Heat.
Yeah,
I've got Heat.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the fire on over there.
Yeah.
Heat.
Heat, lad. And then Ian now scrolls through IMDb.
Yeah, on his phone.
I watched Mr. Smith.
Now that's a brilliant film
for the first time last weekend. It's amazing how much it still resonates with what's going on in politics right now, with our corruption and corporate influence.
Just think how difficult that must have been to stand up in front of Congress and talk for that length of time.
Yeah. Yes.
It is a great film. If you've never watched it, the first time you watch it, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Right? Multiple watches are still enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. But I like Jimmy anyway.
Yeah.
So I can watch him. I'd probably watch that film actually over Harvey. And I like Harvey.
Yeah.
I like Harvey.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Here's a nice question for you. Here we are. Here's a mucky question. A mucky question. For you.
Is it from
Loren in Muck poses the question, James says, which two actresses or actors would you like to see in a mud fight?
God, you go first.
I'll go in eras. What eras would I say? If I was looking at the 60s, I would have picked. Okay, I won't pick Sophia Loren. I mean, Sophia Loren's beautiful. But I would pick Ursula Andress, and I would pick Raquel Welch. Now that's quite a clash, isn't it? In that era. But that's in the old era. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, you got to come up with another one.
Nowadays.
Go on.
This is it. I can't think of. You think of some as well. Well, I'm thinking.
Two different eras of two people that I really fancy. Let me have a look. Jamie Lee Curtis and Eva Green.
Oh, Eva Green. Crikey.
Well, I told you I like Eva Green, and a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis, who didn't like that body. Jesus. Everybody turned around and said that she was in that film, weren't she? Perfect in a leotard.
Yeah.
The amount of people that must have watched that on VHS, and it's one of the worst bloody films you can watch in your life, right? But they don't care because Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. You know what I mean?
I've got one, modern one. I just looked her up because I was trying to think of the films. Florence Pugh is a modern one.
All right.
Florence Pugh, why not?
Can't think what she looks like.
Oh,
what's she been in?
Oppenheimer. She's been in.
Oh, of course, Oppenheimer. Yeah. Ah, wow.
She's in one of my favorite. Midsommar.
She actually got breasticles out in that.
Yeah, Midsommar as well. She's great in Midsommar. One of my favorite films. Oppenheimer. She definitely gets a.
Yeah, she gets breasticles out. I call them breasticles. She would be a
modern one. Yeah, modern one.
She looked a bit cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
What are you laughing at?
Oh dear. Right. I forgot about this actress as well. Should have Margot Robbie.
Oh, Margot Robbie. Yeah, but who hasn't seen Margot Robbie in the? Who hasn't seen Margot Robbie in the buff? Jesus,
yeah, Margot Robbie's what? But she is a very talented actress as well. She is. Yeah.
Yeah. Margot Robbie's a beautiful young lady.
Very talented. Yeah. Anyhow, I just looked at somebody else's, but they're having a laugh. But this one, of course, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh wow, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
And prime Salma Hayek for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going through some stunning actresses now.
Yeah. Takeaways have started again. Yeah, that's takeaway came. And then we've got Carry On Mud Fighting, Barbara Windsor and Liz
Fraser.
That's a good one. I like that, yeah. That would definitely happen, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's a shame about Barbara Windsor, wasn't it, when she passed? I mean,
yeah. Oh, I know.
A few years back now.
Yeah. Great actress. And then, it's Red Dragon. That's what they call it. The Anthony Hopkins one. But I say I love.
Yeah.
He
did Hannibal and then Red Dragon.
Yeah. And then Tony's having a laugh at that one. Wasn't Duvall nominated for Oscar for The Godfather? He won for Tender Mercies as a washed-up country singer. A film I'd like to see now. Well, have a look out for it.
Yeah.
And then, he was for the first Godfather film, Muckman. So it was the first Godfather one, yeah. Body Snatchers is an uncredited role for Duvall. Oh,
I haven't thought about Body Snatchers in years.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because he's on the swing. That's how I see him. He's the one swinging. That's it. That's his appearance in the film. Bloody great Western, that. Michael Gammon is great as the villain, too. All right, yes. It says, we Bob Art, hello, Bob. I all watching along, but we're watching for the replay. Thank you, as always, for joining us, Bob. Thank you so much.
I knew he was going. That's why I brought up that
Yeah.
question of his.
Yeah. And then James says, Ian, I'd love to see you do a Fringe TV show review series. Well, who knows? Would you consider it when you get to the end of X-Files? I might do. I've got a few ideas. There's one that's really tempting me, but I suppose I could go for Fringe. I've got it all.
There's no point, because by the time he gets to it, I'd have done it.
But there is one particular series I'd love to do.
He's got to do Millennium after X-Files, so it's going to take him a bloody age to get to Fringe.
No, I don't think I would do Millennium, even though there's only 3, which I've got.
I've been meaning for a long time.
But the Millennium, the first series, is.
I've been meaning to do Star Trek, the original series, for a long time. Episode.
Yeah, I'm seriously would consider doing Star Trek. I'd love to.
I've been meaning to do that for about a year and a half.
I'd love to start watching it all again, because I know it's going to look great, absolutely look fantastic. I've got the Blu-rays of it, and I've seen. I did jump to some of my favorite Star Trek episodes, obviously, to look at it and see it, and enjoyed watching my favorite episodes.
They used to be on at 5 o'clock at night on one of the Sky channel, the Freeview channels And even now, I remember just tuning in to watch it, and I've watched them a million times.
Yeah,
watch them. 5 o'clock's just when I finished work.
Yeah.
Right, I watched that. I don't know if they're still on now at 5. But
I bet they look absolutely fantastic. They look absolutely, the colors and everything.
Oh,
they look great. I just love to see them. Mind you, to be honest, I'm a big fan of the Next Generation. I'd love to watch all that again.
Oh, well, that's always on. And Voyager and Deep Space. They're all on. They're all on telly.
There's so many possibilities, but I get your point. Fringe is a good companion in many ways to the X-Files. And
it's a similar vein. It's a similar vein show.
I just think Millennium changed on that 3rd season. They totally revamped the format, really, and it lost the darkness of that 1st season. It really did, and even the 2nd season did, didn't it? It lost. It wasn't quite as good because it is his marriage breakup, isn't it? Of the 2nd season. And they've been so close. Really, they were so close in that 1st series, and he was bringing it home and everything, all his things. I'll try not to bring it home, but it's a great series. The 1st season is just brilliant. And then Jamie says hi, Bob, and then Tony says hi, Bob, and then hi, wee Bob. Si says, and then. Deep Weebomat says deep impact as the wee old guy that tells a story or two in space. We had this discussion many ramblings ago. Oh yeah, Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Which
do you prefer, Deep Impact or Armageddon?
That's because you are mean, Del. There you are.
Hey, I've just been picking up his bloody channel. Oh, there you go. See,
it's because I think you were slagging him off again.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
And then he says, "This is nice. All the best, though, to you, Ian, and all." That's it. See.
Yeah, Ian and all. No, Ian Dell and all, is it? Just Ian and all. Look at that. Hey? Then people wonder why I don't get my channel growing.
Anyhow, we've got a question for you. There you are. You see, you have all these fans. There you are. Frank Older says, question to Del. Any up-and-coming games on your wanted list?
Oh, that's a good, interesting question. There's an RTS game called, I think it's called Dust or something like that. I really want that because I used to like playing real-time strategy games, right? You'll probably appreciate this, Ian, because I used to like things like the Total War series and do all the battles, that the Romans did and all of that sort of stuff.
That sounds good. Yeah,
and try and see if I can reenact history or if I can try and change history by winning a battle that was bloody no chance. Like
French at Waterloo.
Something like along those lines. Yeah. So real-time strategies scratch that itch for me where you've got to build as fast as you can and go against impossible odds because the bloody computer cheats, bastards. Yeah. I know full well they cheat, the computer. They program it that way, I'm sure of it. How the hell did you get 50,000 units while I've got about 2,000? Bloody hell, that I ain't that slow. No. So there is that. I don't know I haven't really been looking at games that closely because I've been looking after my mum. Honestly, if I used to I get all the feeds up telling me about Steam sales. Yeah. But I haven't really been looking at the games that you need to buy in 2026, if you see what I mean. I haven't been looking that closely. But there's bound sure to be one that I'll remember at the end of this broadcast. I'll go, oh, Jesus, I should have said that. I've just remembered. You know what I mean? It's like I was watching this concert, right, on Sky Arts, right? Did you know, right? John Williams was playing a load of Jerry Goldsmith music, right, in his concert, right? He was doing this 90. No, he was 90 conducting this. And apparently they had an office on the same floor together at 20th Century Fox, right? And they were great mates. There you are. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that.
All right. Okay.
What was I not supposed to?
We knew we were going to get it in, but we've gone 2 hours and 2 minutes. So I suppose that's not too bad, is it? That you didn't get it in before then.
No, so there's a game. I think it's called Dust or something.
Yeah.
It looks like a futuristic set on a dusty sort of planet RTS game that looks amazing.
Yeah. And then Wee Bobat says, just seen a movie on Rotten Tomatoes called This Is Not a Test. A zombie movie. Sounds interesting from the short blurb I read. Oh, well. Give it a go. We need them. This one is an interesting one. Question to all. Top 3 movie franchises. Now, what are your favorite movie franchises?
Well, everybody's bound sure to say Back to the Future, aren't they?
Yeah. Shall we exclude?
I'm gonna say Star Trek.
Yeah.
Be really good if we mentioned something obscure, wouldn't it? Because I mean, you could say Star Wars, couldn't you? I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, and you could say or Indiana Jones, and you wouldn't be wrong with that either. I'm going to see if I can think of something a little bit obscure. Planet of the Apes. Well, that's not obscure.
No, but it's a good
one. But Planet of the Apes will be on my list. Yeah. Planet of the Apes, Star Trek, and Back to the Future. But let me see if I can think of an obscure franchise. You carry on now. What's your 3?
Well, I'll say Friday the 13th. I know it's a cop out, but I still love it. I still love Friday the 13th.
I'll tell you what, the Carry-Ons.
Yeah. I kind of almost would agree with you on that and put that in mine. I'll say I actually enjoy the Halloween ones.
Yeah.
Because even Donald Pleasance, when he's later on and not as well, they're still very watchable films. They really are. So I'll put Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Star Trek. Star Trek. It has to be Star Trek. I mean, what a great.
So many. There's so many,
Star
isn't there? I
Trek
mean,
is.
you could say James
Yeah.
Bond, couldn't you? I mean,
Yeah, of James. Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I mean, James Bond is still going, and isn't that fantastic? After all this time, it's still going, and still you can still do a lot with it.
Yeah.
James Bond is such a great one because you can still do a lot with it. So I hope we do get a really good James Bond with what's his name, the bloke who's doing it. I've forgotten it. The Dune director, Villeneuve. Yeah, I hope it is a good show. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen the 4-hour Dune?
Which one?
The Lynch one.
Yes, I've got extended cuts of that on.
No, but have you got the 4-hour one, not the 3-hour?
Maybe I haven't got the 4-hour one.
The one that David Lynch never talked about, even until he's died.
I've got a version. It's got lots of versions of Dune on it, which might include that. I'm looking, but it's only on DVD. I haven't got a Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't think anybody's got, since it was broadcast on telly in 2 parts. I don't think anybody's ever seen it.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying because he disowns the whole Dune film, and I love it. I think it's better than.
But you understand why, though. You understand why, though, don't you? Because he did the impossible, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then basically corporates come along and said, "Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
you can only show it twice in one day if we show that like that." I think
let's put this off and not really talk to you as a director. It's not a film, but it's our film.
I don't know why. I don't know why they just didn't approach him and say, "How about we split this in 2 halves, and you got to do a sort of like a cliffhanger."
Yes,
and we'll bring out the second one in 6 months' time.
Oh, that would have been great.
But no, they had to go. They had to go and say, "No, cut this out, cut this out, cut this out, cut this whole bit out about this."
Yeah, and no wonder he was fed up with them. No wonder. I think you're right. Nowadays they would, because they've already done it, aren't they?
Anyway, another movie franchise, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dune
I've got so
many,
really, haven't I?
A new Spider-Man, of course, that has to be for you, doesn't it?
No, I told you my 3, and I didn't mention Spider-Man.
And Batman, of course, is great. There's just so many. There's a lot of good franchises.
Yeah, there's too many, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think if you change that question to 2 well-known and 1 obscure, that'd be really good.
Or even top 5.
Yeah, well, I came out with about 10, didn't I?
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, what about a comedy franchise? I mean, you got Police, the police films. I forgot what they call them. Police Academy.
Yeah. A lot of people don't seem to. They give up on them, don't they, after the first one. There's a big box set that goes cheap. It's got about.
Every year you could get all of them for about 12 for about £5 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when it comes to top franchise with comedy, that's a little bit harder, isn't it?
Oh, I like in horror, but not everybody else does. But I quite like the Wrong Turn ones. I know they're not as good as the first one, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of.
Well, you like Final Destination, don't you? As a franchise.
Final Destination, you're right there. I mean, they're all good. They're all enjoyable. Yeah, they don't have to be the greatest in the world. Though I think Final Destination are really well done. special effects are absolutely fantastic. What they do on Final Destination.
Even though there's
Yeah.
only 2 films, there's Blade
Yeah.
Runner, there's Alien.
Yeah.
Let's
Alien,
see.
of course. Yeah, Aliens, Alien 3. We can put them as a great trilogy. We won't mention other one, but
I mean, you've now got 2 Gladiator films, haven't you? I mean, you got to call anything that's got over 1 film as being a franchise, haven't you? I mean, some people don't like that word franchise. They like the word IP, intellectual
no,
property.
franchise is fine. People know what it means.
And we know what it means.
Yeah, franchise is fine. I mean, there is a lot. I'll tell you one that I don't like, which might be controversial, because I hear people saying about it all the time. And I like horror, but I don't like Terrifier. And I know a lot of people like Terrifier. It's just not for me. I just don't like it. It's special effects for the sake of special effects. You know, let's see how extreme we can be. Let's just show the effect of his stomach being ripped out with his brain and all at once. Yeah, it becomes boring.
Let's make every vein seem like it's got 6,000 psi pressure or something.
Yeah, I mean, I like slasher films and stuff, but that one is just they say what it's meant to be over the top but there's no proper story, not really. You know.
What about those paranormal films?
Yeah, The Conjuring stuff and all that. I've seen a few, but I haven't seen them all.
Isn't there that series that's now up to like number 9 or 10 that's got, you know, there's always a house and it's ghost ridden.
The house thing in there, in the house or something.
I thought it was called Paranormal, but I don't know.
Oh, it could be. No, it could be. I don't know. I know there's that Conjuring universe. I like some of Conjuring films. Annabella goes into Doll and all that stuff. It's all right. Anyhow, right, here we are. 5 good bridge films. Oh, there's your question. Bridge on the River Kwai. The Mothman Prophecies. Stand By Me. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And True Lies.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting lot of films, isn't it? And
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, now I have to like this one. I wonder why I like this one a lot. You missed A Bridge Too Far.
Too Far.
Yeah, of course we know that film. Who's directed that brilliant film?
Yeah, bollocks.
And then here we are. I can do it. I enjoy your Delon in the Melville crime films. Le Samurai and Le Cop, especially. Thank you. Yeah. Oh,
that was more Romanian than French. I thought you were going to break into doing the Count. The Count. 1.
The Count.
2. 3.
I like that. The Count. I could do the Count. Yeah.
Jesus.
I was trying to think of more obscure ones after Kwai. Oh yeah. The River Kwai.
Well, I think I said in my blog, I said in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, when you got just after Spock does his Colonard failure, and you got the shuttle going past the Golden Gate Bridge.
The San
I said you can't get more obscure than that as a bridge, can you? Going around.
An obscure bridge film, The Golden Gate Murders, a TV movie with David Jansen, the king of TV movies, and The Fugitive, as a detective trying to get the killer. God, he was on loads. Just bringing David Jansen back just brings back all those. Ario, was it? And all these TV series as after Fugitive that he did.
Yeah.
Fugitive was big. It was a big TV event. I remember it. Yeah.
Barry Morse was in that, wasn't he?
Yes, in the 60s, Fugitive was big. And then Frank Alder, I said something on I sold something on eBay this week. so I'm flush. If I was to buy you a DVD box set that you don't own, what would you pick? Oh, crikey.
Well, I suppose I missed out on the Nightmare on Elm Street because I just refused to pay 199 quid for
Yeah.
this book.
I know what I'd go for is a box set of all the Twilight Zone, or
Yeah, well, I got them.
yeah, or the gallery ones. You know,
Night
with the
Gallery.
paintings. Yeah,
I got those as well.
Yeah, I bet you have. Yeah, they're good. They're very good ones.
Oh yeah.
As a box set. I don't know what else there is.
Well, I'll just turn around and say thank you very much, Frank. But you keep your money. You deserve to have something.
Yeah.
Right? Buy yourself something really nice. You don't need to spend it
Treat
on
yourself.
like me.
Just treat
and
yourself.
Ian actually is a millionaire. He just doesn't tell anybody, right?
Always, sometimes we forget to look after ourselves, and sometimes just treat yourself. Yeah. And then Tony says, just seen that Indicator are at long last releasing their 7th Hammer box set after several years. Yeah. Since the last one. Ships and Giggles, 4 1950s, 60s comedies. 2 I've never seen. 1 I have. It's continuing. On DVD.
I like the fact
bootleg DVD. So
I like the fact Tony York's in here because he said last week that I think the Hammer have just released or just announced their next one, and I haven't. Do you know what? I haven't had an email from Hammer to say what it is.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. But he's a fountain of knowledge, of stuff that's coming out.
That is that's on the Indicator though.
But he's talking about Indicator,
yeah. Because they haven't released any of these box sets for a long time, have they? So it's a comedy one. Hammer, Ships and Giggles. I presume the other thing might be, I don't know.
Well, Hammer did a lot of
pirate ones. It could be those pirate ones. What are they called? There's some pirate ones, and Christopher Lee in the pirate ones as well.
No, I just know that Hammer did a lot of the TV into film stuff, like on the buses.
But they did such a lot. Hammer.
Man About the House, George and Mildred, they were all Hammer productions. Rising Damp, that was a Hammer.
But that era in 50s and 60s, they did such a lot that people forget about. It's amazing. What a company. Right. Reet, see you later. I'm not standing for that, Delboy.
No, you want to sit. You want to sit down more.
It's called you bastard. It's got your favourite words.
It's not my favourite word.
Yeah. Everything's a bastard, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's just you bigging it up.
You can almost see it on your blog sometimes. You feel that he's gonna say it, but you don't. You manage to restrain yourself on your blog. But sometimes you Tony says the Japanese conflict between the old ways and modernization is depicted in Tom Cruise The Last Samurai, which I've got. Yeah, that's true. Great film. Tom Cruise is really good in that. And have they replaced spanners with a blue box? Oh, no, it's not about the spanners. Oh dear, the spanners. That's what I was thinking, Tony. And then it's is it a blue shield? No, green. A green shield. We'll give green shield stamps next. We'll be giving away.
Oh bloody hell! Yeah. How far back we going now?
Yeah.
No, if you see a blue shield in the chat, it means that you're a top contributor.
Yeah, apparently, does it? I didn't know that. That's more likely a shield side. Thought it was a disfigured box. Oh. And then James says, thing is, I don't think the Friday films are a patch on the Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween films. Halloween films, I totally agree. Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, is an overrated franchise. I think the first one is absolutely superb. The third one is great as well.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I think they're not memorable. I just don't think it's as good. But
there's moments in the other ones, but they're so patchy. I think.
Yeah.
Really
I think
patchy.
Yeah, I think that's true. But anyhow, you enjoy them. That's great. Yeah.
No, I like the first one. I like the third one. I didn't like the second. I didn't like the second one.
The first one is outstanding. It does stand out. It's great. Absolutely great.
I can avoid the second one, and I'll be glad if I never see it again.
Whereas for me, I can just sit and watch.
I only mentioned A Nightmare on Elm Street as a possible thing Frank could get me because I missed out on it because I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't care that I didn't buy it. To be quite
honest, I'd look at it. Are you going to enjoy and watch all the other films in there and the bad ones? You know, it was a lot of money to shed out. A hell of a lot of money. And I bet some people on eBay have flogged it for a massive amount. Absolutely. And then he says, Rocket Buddy says, I think I'll pass on the football chat.
Oh, because we were talking about Leeds and Coventry and Newcastle.
And then he said, you said this. I've just unsubscribed that joke again every week there. I'm a rugby fan. I support the Harlequins, but I say my team Harlequins. I think that tribalism kind of thinking is more football. Strange, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know much about rugby union. When I was a kid, I used to watch rugby league rugby league, but I don't know much about rugby union.
Played a lot at school.
Yeah, it's a professional game, isn't it now? Because it used to be amateur. I know that.
I mean, the Six Nations is on, but I haven't been watching it.
Yeah. There you are. And then James says, I'm joking, you numpty. Oh, I'm a little laugh there. And then Si says, Ian and Del, have you finished season 1 of Pluribus yet? If you have, what do you think of the finale? I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. But Delboy sent me the download.
Well, I've got up to episode 8.
Oh, you haven't got to 9 yet then.
The ninth is the finale.
Yeah.
But I don't mind you talking about it because you mentioned it the other weeks and you turned around and said, I really want another season now. But carry on. I don't mind you talking about it. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I will tell you now, Si, I thought it was a great series.
You
know, Alien, I was so looking forward to Alien Earth, even though I was in trepidation of it because I thought, they're going to ruin, this is going to be another one of those misses.
Yeah.
And it started off for me strong. You didn't like the first 2 episodes, but I thought the first 2 episodes were quite good of Alien Earth. Right? I was very, if you remember rightly, I was very scornful of it, didn't I? I said they got to this island, and I said they're in this big bloody laboratory with no security whatsoever. They can just walk around.
Yeah.
There's not a key card in sight. They can go around wherever they bloody well want, right? You'd think,
yeah.
Well, these kids can just go around anywhere. Really matter. I mean, it had bad writing. The nice thing about Pluribus is I think that the writing stayed strong all the way through. I do think if you were to watch that a binge watch, all 9 episodes, there might be a saggy bit in the middle, a little bit. But I think every series is guilty.
Yeah.
But no, on the whole, I'd say that was 80% fantastic. 20%.
I love
just all right. And I tell you what, if you can aim for something like that in everything that we do, nobody would be moaning.
No.
The trouble is, we get 20% good, 80% shit most of the time.
That's
what we
right.
get.
No, it's true. It's a letdown. How many things are a letdown? There's so many. What I liked about Pluribus is I love those people who are so nice or trying to be nice that you know that they're sinister. And that woman who keeps saying everything you want and she's there smiling away. you know it's all sinister. You know it, don't you? You know that it's I like the fact that they can't lie. And that's their undoing in many ways. Yes. But anyhow, I don't want to spoil anybody that hasn't seen it because it is a great series. Yeah. James says the Vintage Toy Shop Leicester has a YouTube channel. Yeah, I've been watching some. It's very entertaining. He's got a couple of videos going through Jonathan Ross's toy collection. I
tell you what, Jonathan Ross's toy collection is huge. He likes those Japanese sort of like Gundam robot type things, and I remember buying those as a kid. Right, they're the ones where you had a die cast robot, and the arms would come off because they were like marbles that were joints, and they clipped on, and then they had fists that would fire off because they had a little clip on the left hand on the side of the wrist that would fire off their arms and all of that sort of stuff. And I can't remember the name of them, but even I had one, and I had a white one that I really, really wanted, and they had good articulation because they put these marble type joints, made them look a bit bubbly, but I always thought they looked amazing. I don't know what happened to them, but they were a thing of the late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, he's a big comic collector. He's a big toy collector, and he's got in his studio. He's got all these toys that go on, and he loves showing people around it. You can go and he says, come in and have a look. I saw a documentary on him, talking about his studio.
Now, yes, this one I saw this video. There's a YouTube channel I watch where the guy is trying to complete his Doctor Who annual set after selling them years ago. Yeah, I saw that. And there's a Patrick Troughton one and the first Pertwee one, which are proven elusive, extremely expensive. Yeah, I saw that video and it must have been a ridiculous price. I think the Pertwee ones surprised me. I think it's the first Pertwee annual is extremely rare.
Ian Wright. He's such a bastard. I'll just tell you something, right? I've sent him link after link after link of YouTube stuff, right? I've been saying, oh, look at this in here. Oh, really? Thanks for sharing that. I really liked it. Then he turns around and says, oh, by the way, there's this YouTube channel about Patrick Troughton now. Did he send me a link about it? Did he? Buggery. Right?
I should have done.
Does he say all these things and he doesn't send me one thing?
I'm sorry. I just sit there and
I tell him of this and that.
I know you did.
And I'm sending him stuff.
You sent me one about what free gifts in comics, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it.
And that Star Trek fan one where they did the Enterprise in the Unreal Engine, and it had these voiceovers and stuff that were taken from it, and you said, "Oh, thanks for that. Was brilliant. I loved that."
It was. I loved it. Yeah.
He watches all these things, doesn't tell me things. Not a thing. No, bollocks to you. I mean, I think you're a great bloke, but up yours. That's what he's doing to me every time. Every time.
I just thought you'd have seen it. I thought you'd watch everything, Doctor.
Oh, yeah. Is that assumption thing that all Northerners do, right? I just assumed you've seen it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Bastard. A lot of you. Don't tell me nothing. All questions aimed at Ian. Right? All stuff that you guys have said, you'll tell each other, but not me.
Oh, dear.
Bollocks.
And then wonder why my open range comment got deleted.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've no idea.
Didn't see it.
And then Sai says, Muckman, some of my comments have gone missing. I'm sorry, I don't know why. I can't explain it. I really can't.
It's not this YouTube bloody AI
I don't
thing
think
that's going on
any
in the
of mine
background.
have. No, I didn't know anything else. He says it was weird because Ian read one of my comments out, but it was out of context because my other 2 comments had been deleted.
Oh.
I honestly don't know what has happened. I'm sorry.
I reckon YouTube scans for certain words. And
I don't know why it's picked on those comments because
you
I'm
weren't,
sure
you weren't talking about Trump or anything, were you? That'd be the first thing that'll kick you out.
Yeah, you did mention a Trump joke, didn't you? But you sometimes don't call him that. We know you mean.
Yeah,
I don't
Mr.
know.
Orange.
Yeah. Tony says, are they no longer written in the chat?
I wouldn't know.
no,
I might have been looking after my mum when they come out. I haven't got.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think I think you're spot on. I think YouTube is up to something.
YouTube.
Yeah. Tony says, it'll be the AI going crazy again.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. And then
we're all heading towards Terminator 2. Evan.
Yeah, effing AI slop. Yeah. And
that chat, it's all that co-pilot chat crap.
Yeah. What time and date is it?
That's the 18th of February. It's about
he was
20
giving
to 11.
The middle finger. I'm still here, Pinky and the Brain. Bob says, "Stay you are." Oh yeah, Pinky and the Brain. I remember that one. Yeah,
gonna take over the world.
That's it. It's going to get rid of us all. 18th of the second, 26, 22:03.
Do you know I used to do that in the chat? I used to turn around and say, "By the way, the time now is 22." Because everything used to go by so fast. It's like, right, I now know that they're about an hour away from my
and that's why we have to speed up then. And then Muckman, I posted on Instagram saying I'll be unfollowing anyone who actively uses or promote AI from now on. I'm taking a stand because I'm so fed up with it. I know what
I tell you what, it's so hard because, you know, everybody knows sort of like what job I'm in, and they are heavily pushing AI on everybody that works. They want us to put emails through AI so that it puts it in a better English, business language, or structures it better, or makes a report look cleaner. Now, I've always turned around and said this about AI. AI as a tool that doesn't take the creative thing away from you is great, right? I'm dead against AI taking the creativity away. If I've written a report and I've used my brain to write it, if I've then used AI to spell check it and correct it, put it in a better, then it's not taking away my creative processing or my ideas are there. If I let AI run rampant and give me all the ideas, then all that's going to happen is my brain will get saggy because I'm not using it anymore.
That's a good point.
I'm using brain cells.
Yeah, no, that's right. Your brain has to be exercised.
I'm a little bit. I'm not as bad as I am like Muckman, and I keep pushing it back, but the company keeps pushing back at me in equal measure, and then at some point they'll say, "Well, we might as well hire someone that is pro AI because that's where we're going, right?" And you talk yourself out of a job. So I have to be sort of good, but I have told my manager, as much as I respect the company I work for and all of that sort of stuff, you can't force me to use it.
No,
it's like we go into team talks, like video talks, right? It's up to me whether I want to put the camera on. Right? You can't force me to put the camera on. There's no death penalty or something, right? Because I didn't put the camera on. They look at it as being rude if you don't, right? And I'm going, well, look, the reason I haven't put it on is that sometimes I have to stand up and sit down every half hour because I've got arthritis in the knee.
Yeah.
I think that's distracting, right?
Yeah.
It could be that I haven't shaved this morning. I'm a bit embarrassed about it, whatever, right? Now we all work from home, so sometimes it's not like I'm nude or something, right? And I don't want to put it because I've got my shirt on or something.
Yeah.
I look like something out of a slob or something. It's just that I am conscious of how I look because I was picked on when I was fat and all of those sort of things. And it goes into, but I don't have to put my camera on.
Yeah.
So I don't have to use AI. I look at it like that.
Yeah. But what I notice, you can tell AI straight away. There's the voice. There's a voice. I don't know. It's the same voice. And then the language. You can tell the way it's written. It's done it. You just know. You wouldn't say that. People don't normally say that in writing. But AI doesn't know that. It doesn't have the
AI gets names wrong all the time, right? I swear blind that if they were talking about the Submariner, it'd be called Marina or something, right?
That's exactly the mistakes they do. You are so right.
Just think of your Alan Delon, right?
They'd love it, wouldn't they?
It'll probably say Dylan.
That's right. They would. You're right. They do that so many times, and you think, it is because it's somebody who's really obvious. It's like they might say like David Bowie, and you say it's David Bowie. How did you get that? It's ridiculous. I don't like it. I tend to be like Muckman. I just think it's bad. It's very bad.
I am looking forward to AI being able to cure cancer.
Yeah,
got no problem with that. No problem with it whatsoever. Yeah. Not happy that they keep forcing me to. If I don't do it, I'll get the sack or something. Then
that is wrong. Right. It's so wrong. Yeah. It is. And I think it seems to me it's going to get worse.
I don't like the direction Hollywood's going with getting extras, and putting cutting films up with an extra that was running towards the camera and putting them in another film and then not getting paid and all of that.
That's true. No. Yeah,
AI is great as a tool that works with you,
but not against you. When it's like it is.
Not when it takes a job away from someone, or what?
They're not bothered. They want to just, as I say, putting out the slop, especially streaming services. If you're a streaming channel, you're not bothered what they put out. You just want content, and that's the slop they'll deliver. And if it's AI orientated, they're not going to care. But it does come unstuck because the best example, as we know, is that blooming thing that they brought out, War of the World things. And that may not be an AI, but it just shows you that the
ice cube thing.
That is the biggest crap I've ever seen.
I was the one who mentioned that in that video stream.
Remember in our worst things of 2025.
Yeah, I brought it up and you went, "Oh my God, yes, the worst of that year."
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. Oh, pile of pants that was.
Yeah, but didn't you say it was done when we had lockdown, COVID or something?
No, I thought you mentioned that it was during COVID.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I think you said that,
and then held it back. They didn't put it on, something like that.
But I won't give that thing excuses. No. It's the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen.
It is the worst I've ever seen. I think it really is.
I mean, there's ground 6 foot of shit in that film.
Yeah. Oh God! To think he got paid for that shit. I don't know how much they paid him, but God.
I put the disc in my player, right, and the disc ejected, so I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah. And that's what we want. Well, that's what we want, actually. Yeah.
If you think I'm playing that shit, you got another thing coming. Bloody draw came out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't accept it.
Is anyone going to go and watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die this weekend. I'm really excited seeing it.
I'd
It's a
love
great
to.
title. I don't know. Do you know what? Have you heard of that one?
I would love to, Si, but unfortunately, I don't live in that lovely little place that you
With
live in,
cinema,
right? With this
yeah.
cinema where they show all the great stuff and everybody else has to go bugger off because nobody else has got it.
Yeah.
I don't live in. I live in the real world, not fantasy land.
Yeah.
Where you live.
Tony says they should wind back on it immediately. There's enough dangerous humans around without inventing artificial dangers.
Yeah.
What can I say? There is. Yeah. I watched an interview about AI on YouTube this week, and it's very, very worrying. AI experts are quitting because of the heightened dangers surfacing. AI is now developing in a conscience. What?
Now developing a conscience. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this is the thing. This is why I told you about it, didn't I? I said if I want to buy memory for my PC, it now costs me £600 because all the bloody big firms are buying memory for their AI data centers. So,
yeah. Oh boy. Yes, sir. I'd like to see that. Big fan of Sam Rockwell. Was Sam Rockwell?
Oh, by the way, I do have to say this just to get off the subject a minute.
Yeah.
That Hammer House, right? I watched that David Carradine and Stephanie Beecham one.
All right.
Right? It was on telly. It was on last week.
Oh, right.
Right?
Oh.
Literally, it was on like the Friday or something.
Isn't that a coincidence? Yeah.
Wasn't it weird? Wasn't it weird? He kept seeing himself, right?
It was,
and then he kept working. He tried to work out, if you loved me, why did I die? Or something.
Yeah, it's great. I
seeing himself. And then he sees her falling off of a cliff or something. Right? And he's down there at the bottom going, what's going on here? And he's trying to tell his former self or something. What's going on? The one that was on last night was the Dean Stockwell one, where he's a sort of an American bloke. Found that a bit boring, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
She's finding pictures around the house of her with her head chopped off or something, and finding flowers with all the petals picked off or something. And he's there going, "Oh, it's all in your head, love. Don't know what's going on."
Love. Hey, bye.
It was a bit weird. But it was a bit weird, that one. It wasn't.
Have a cup of tea, love. That'll set the world to right. Yeah. You know, somebody says, you know what makes this country great? Having a cup of tea. That's what makes us great as a country. Yeah, that's our identity. Cup of tea. 2207. Jezza Goldsmith gets
Jezza Goldsmith.
Right, yeah. Do we got the mention? Yeah. And then I suppose it may seem as good if it has a conscience, as some must all delete all as you see fit. Our leaders don't appear to
have one.
No, well, we've seen the corruption. Good God, the corruption of people in power. Unbelievable. Apparently, an AI CEO was asked the question, if there was an 80% chance of utopia from AI and 20% chance of apocalypse, what would he do?
Yeah.
Crikey.
I must admit, with our politicians, I mean,
they're all corrupt. Everyone.
I mean, Keir Starmer. I mean, I used to keep calling him Keir Stammer. I said it made perfect sense if his name was Keir Stammer. Unfortunately, it's Starmer.
I'm going to say he's so dull. He's not even in Epstein's files. He's so boring.
Yeah, it's only the corrupt politician. It's only the corruption that's around him that makes him interesting.
He's not even in there.
When you get on those planes going to all these different places, can you stay over there for a bit longer? We all appreciate it when that.
I bet I bet his wife thinks he's boring as well.
Yeah.
You never see his wife.
Yeah, I bet she screams out, "Oh, the passion! Oh, the excitement!
It's got some
keep going, keep going."
Well. I wonder what his kids think. Well, perhaps they're clones of him. That is too boring to have had clones. Oh dear. Do you think that Jacob Elordi would make a good James Bond? He apparently had a meeting with the director already. I don't know who Jacob Elordi is. Do you know him?
I've seen a picture of him when they were talking about people that were going to replace the next or be in the next Bond. But I still have a funny feeling that the only way forward for Bond is to probably do mini-series now on Netflix. I don't think you can do another film.
And which is linked with Amazon, which is exactly what Amazon would probably want.
In fact, didn't we have this big long discussion where I turned around and said that I'd like them to go back and do the original Ian Fleming books closer to the books as a series, as a mini TV series.
Yeah, I'd like a 60s Bond. A 60s Bond to me would be absolutely fantastic. It'd be really good. But that won't happen, will it? What people want. And then it says, who did the CEO give an answer as an answer, Jamie? And James says, absolutely agree, Tony. I mean, another question is, if AI replaces humans to do all the work, how do humans earn money to live? Now, I've heard of this when they go into it, where in certain countries they pay people not to work, but they just live on, they give them enough money just to live on. That's it, kind of thing. That's it. People they won't give them much luxuries. They just have enough money to live on, and anyhow, it's all speculation, but I don't know. Then I saw a report on work, Jamie. Some experts were advocating some kind of universal income. Oh, that's the same thing. Yeah, that's it. It's a universal income thing. Favorite franchises: Alien, Lethal Weapon, and Bond. Yep. And Tony says like a glorified doll, I guess. Yeah. Paranormal Activity.
Oh, that's the film I was trying to think of.
Yeah. Roger Avery has announced that there are 3 AI films in the work. I'm hoping everyone boycotts them. Crikey. The latest Hammer release is another noir Del. The comedies are all set in contemporary times, Ian. All right. I get you. Yeah.
I think actually somebody's mentioned that there's a lot of comments going missing. I see that there's one that you didn't read out of Muckman's, actually. It is there. Muckman put at 10:09. Apparently, an AI CEO was asked the question, if there was an 80% chance of utopia from AI and 20% chance of apocalypse, what would he do? I don't think you read that one out, did you? Can you remember reading that one?
Yeah, I'm sure I read that one.
Oh, okay. So carry on then.
The apocalypse.
No, I just want to make sure that we had.
Yeah, I did read that one out. Yeah.
I don't think you've missed any then, because.
Well, but I know some have been. Well, they have said, I don't know. I don't know what goes on. We've had this before over previous weeks. I don't know.
They're definitely not doing anything, guys, anyway.
Yeah. And then Sai says, Muckman, I've just watched a video of Roger Avery on the Joe Rogan podcast. They pop up on YouTube. He talks about The Exorcist, and he has a unique take on who the real demon is in the film. Oh, we're getting all these now. Since Epstein files, everybody's looking in and saying every film, somebody moves in background and puts a thumb up, and they're saying, well, that is obviously a sign that this means so-and-so. And we get into a whole area that all these films are showing different messages and all that. But you could go down any alleyway you want. You can see whatever you want to see. That's my view on these things.
Yeah.
That's what these people do. If you have an argument, you back it up by just saying, oh, look at that. That backs up my argument about this and that. And, everybody suddenly shows a version of Eyes Wide Shut and says, look, this is what's happening. They knew. Kubrick knew about what was going on in the elites. And then 5 days later, they got rid of him. Well, he died of an heart attack. Oh, but it doesn't know. No, God.
Yeah,
Anyway, it
yeah,
goes
yeah,
on
yeah.
and
I see where
on.
you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. And then New Nightmare is a good Freddy sequel. Apparently, the second film is getting quite a bit of reevaluation these days. Oh, right.
I didn't like
Yeah,
the second Freddy's
yeah.
film, I can tell you.
Who does he think is the demon? I was talking about demons. Yeah. The Exorcist. Rugby league. Like anywhere in. Don't mention Stuart. We won't mention.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Although
seen.
I did like it to knock out. I thought it was
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
program, really.
I have seen Eddie Waring. I've really seen him in the flesh in Leeds. Yeah, yeah. I used to watch Bramley play rugby league. Yeah, they don't exist now. The English director who goes down the steps, he fiddles with Regan in the background of the whole film up until his death. I don't know what I don't get that.
Yeah, maybe there was a comment before that.
Yeah, it's about The Exorcist, I suppose.
Oh, right, yeah.
Background going on. My work, engineering consultancy, is pushing hard on AI too. When it gets to the point when they force me to use it, I'll quit. Crikey! But
I got nowhere to go.
You can't
I got nowhere to go with everything going on with my mum at the moment. That'd be the last thing there.
Yeah, I mean, you need your income, don't you? What are you going to do?
Yeah,
you can't quit, can you? It's just not possible unless you were nearer your retirement age.
Yeah,
but you still got a few years yet.
Yeah, unlike you miserable bastard.
I know. Yeah, August. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to retire from YouTube?
No. Well,
shame.
There's a demand now. There must be a demand.
I thought we could retire Tony York Corner.
Yeah. You'll all miss this Friday night slot. But there we are. All two of you. No, all seven.
Yeah.
There's 7 people who miss me. Muckman, good luck, have fun, don't die is apparently about the war with AI. Oh, so that's the film, isn't it? Yeah. And then putting his thumb up there, and then Muckman says it's the AI videos that purport to be real that I'm fed up with most, because people are being brainwashed into believing what they're seeing and hearing. That's why I don't trust things. Which is
there should be a disclaimer. There should be a disclaimer, Ian, that basically says this is an AI generated.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Now I sent something to you, and it was a battle reenactment.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it did say no, it wasn't a battle reenactment. It was London from the.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I watched those. Yeah,
and it basically said, "Look, we have used AI here."
That's true.
And I didn't mind that because it told me it. And
I've seen it. They do various ones like this. I've seen one what it's like in medieval times. My only complaint about the medieval ones is that they look far too clean.
Yeah.
Things would be extremely dirty, and we can't obviously smell things, but they would be very smelly as well. Did you see the video where Kia showed Rachel what he keeps in his red box? It was a pancake. Oh, dear. Oh, that's the I know which ones you mean. Yeah, you've been watching all these YouTube videos, haven't you? Lots of my comments have been bypassed by Ian tonight. Oh wow!
Yeah, honestly, Jamie, it's not.
Same ESI says very strange, because I can see the one he bypassed, and I've just been looking. I think a couple of mine have, but they're still in the chat. I think YouTube will be deleting them from what Ian can see. Yeah, honestly, I'm trying to.
I'd have liked to have known an example with a date stamp next to it, so that I could go back up and see if it's there.
I don't know. I can't say I'm not deliberately trying to do it, but
Oh, that's not
I don't know.
even in
Yeah, I
your
don't know what happens.
personality.
Back in my yard says to combat AI taking jobs, countries should use UBI, Universal Basic Instinct, where everybody is given a set amount of money a month. Yeah, that's what I was on about.
You were talking about that, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I think they may have tried it in some country for a year or something, and there was an experiment trying it out.
Wouldn't that be awful though? That you 1 month there you are, you're getting your normal wage up, and then
Yeah,
suddenly someone comes along and says, "We're only giving you what the universal basic income this month is because we're putting you on on the side while this AI generates this thing for you."
yeah.
I couldn't live like that.
No, no, no. But yeah, people, if they're doing that, they're not going to make you rich at all. It would be very basic, and that's it. It's all that you could live on. So that sense to me is, what about incentives? People need incentives, I think, sometimes. And
Yeah.
if you start to lose incentives to do things, you become kind of stuck in a groove. You don't expand. And then the spanner, it's your lost spanner, Tony. It's deleting all the comments it doesn't like. Yeah, that blooming spanner. You can't get away from it. That's what they're saying in the video. I saw back in my yard. Yeah. Rogue spanner alert.
I'm just checking something out for Jamie, so you carry on for a minute.
And 20th Century Gaming 64. Hello, lads. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Back in my yard, Doctor Who is showing right now on you and Eden.
That
on Pyramids of Mars. What's you?
Yeah, on a Wednesday they show on a Thursday they show Top of the Pops, and on a Wednesday they show Doctor Who, and they were showing for the last 3 months all the Pertwee ones. So they've got they've now got to Tom Baker, haven't they? So.
That's good. Is that on Freeview? Then
yeah, it's Freeview. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I didn't know BBC had let out the rights to these things. I thought they're normally a bit careful, but and then I 20th Century Tony says, and then James says, you're missing quite a few of Sire and my comments tonight. It's the glitch in the AI matrix. There is something strange. I'm trying definitely not to miss any. I'm just going through what's showing on my screen. Perhaps it's not showing on my screen. Star Wars. Oh, this is the franchises. 20th Century Gaming says Star Wars, Harry Potter, or Lord of the Rings. Oh, right. They're big ones. If I had to choose one of those, say I only could choose one, I suppose it would be Star Wars. It would have to be Star Wars. Yeah.
Right.
If I had to choose one. And then Jamie says, Delboy, check your Discord. You'll see what I mean regarding comments.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Right. Hang on.
Right, okay.
I'll never be it. Right, yeah. And then the next one is So you're not, Jamie, what's happening is we haven't got them at all in your chat. They are not there.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's put a circle route, right? So here it goes. It says, apparently an AI CEO was asked the question, if there was an 80% chance of utopia, from AI 20% chance of an apocalypse, what would he do? Right underneath that, there'll never be a utopia as long as humans are, right?
Yeah.
And there is a quote from McMahon that says, he said he'd fast track AI even with 20% chance of the destruction of the human race. So there are 6 people who hold the lives of billions in their hands, and you and I have not got that comment at all in our chat.
Wow.
In our chat.
Oh, wow. Why is that?
No idea.
This is getting weird, isn't it? Yeah.
But I will just to prove it.
Yeah.
Just bear with me. I'm going to take a picture of our chat, right, and put it in, and just to show him that this is what goes on our side. So it's perfectly, because I've got that bit up that he's got, and he will see it's not there. There we go, and I will forward that to him on the Discord that says, "Here you go. This is what we had." There you go.
Oh, wow.
So apologies, Jamie, but that is YouTube.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah. Right.
But yes, you and Eden is that old UK Gold. I think they renamed all their stuff called UN something.
Right. So that's UK Gold. Yeah.
Well, it's what I'm saying is it's one of those channels that basically that there's you and drama, you and Eden, you and whatever it is. And on a Wednesday, they show it's weird, right? Because they'll show 6, 7, 8 episodes of Doctor Who, but then they'll show the next 8 episodes will be the same 8 that they've just shown you, and then they'll show the same 8 again straight after that, and then the broadcast will finish for the night, and you won't see Doctor Who again until next Wednesday, where they'll show those 8 again 3 times, so 8, 8, 8, right? And it's always the same, like 8. And they hardly ever move forward in that way because they don't. No, they don't show like 16 or 20 odd episodes that are all different. It's 8, and then they show the 8 again, and then the 8 again. You see what I mean? Like, it's on though till 4 a.m.
Yeah. Oh well. And then 20th Century Gaming says, "Oh man, gotta go. Oh, sorry, dog's on E, and I need."
I've missed 20th Century Gaming. All right, Mark, mate. Have a great one, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your streams this weekend.
James says, anyway, I'm going to say good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you,
Jamie. So sorry that things went awry with the comment.
And Tony says, night, Jamie. And then good night, Muckman. And Tony says, that dog on 8 comment made me laugh. Oh, okay. Simon says, down with AI censorship. Oh, right, yeah. Has anyone been watching the new Mock the Week series on TLC? I've been loving the more extended format. I used to like Mock the Week.
I used to like Mock the
series. Week. Yeah. So it's got a new life on there, has it? Or is it the old ones been redone?
I'm not sure, because I think it used to be on BBC as Mock the Week after hours or something, because it was what they couldn't show, like. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. And then that comment of Jenny's hasn't appeared in the chat, I don't think, because I was watching, waiting for a reply. It's probably itself already
bloody the artificial.
It could well. I don't know. Anyhow, that's the end. We got to the end, and we've got Tony saying good night all, and thanks, and thank you, Tony, as always, doing a good job there. Thank you. It's great, and thank you everybody.
And Si's corrected us by saying it's a revamped series, so I'm gonna look out for that.
A new one. Oh, that's good. So it'd be up to date. You won't get old jokes and stuff. It'll be right up to date. Brilliant.
I used to like watching Drop the Dead Donkey. I thought that was very good.
So I say thank you everyone that's been watching. All 6 of you now. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure every week doing this.
You've got a fixation with numbers tonight, haven't you?
Yeah,
2, 6.
Perhaps I'm an AI number person, really, in disguise. Anyhow, I'll say thank you, and we'll be here again next week. And as I said,
Of course we will.
We always get the usual farewells. And we've got Saya saying, anyway, night, guys. Cheers to Ian and Delboy for the chat, and the obligatory shout out to Mrs. Del.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I do talent, but I legitimately do talent, and you know, basically, I just want to say thanks for all the support, and you know, I really do love being here on a Wednesday. And to me, it's not about the numbers; it's you, lovely guys and gals that are here, that make it so enjoyable. I'm so sorry that YouTube's being an arse tonight. You know, to me, you know, I wish everybody well that's broadcasting at the same time as us, that's on tomorrow, whatever. You all make content that I love to watch, and you know, I hope that people come, you know, look at us after the fact and watch this because it's got some comedy gold in it, I think. But there you are. But I'm gonna say what I always do, say it's goodbye from me.
It's good night from him.
Good night, you know, so that's the two. Ronnie's out the way, but I'll do my Frankie Howard and say salute, because he was incredibly funny, and Up Pompeii was one of my favorites. So over to you, Ian.
And all I've got to say is I'll see thee again.
Bye from Captain Birdseye. Bye.
Bye.